we were doing all this beta
Oh,
testing live. I was like, oh, here
while
we
we're
go again,
live.
doing a bunch of shit live again.
Nope, here we are, guys. And now we actually are live. Hey, everyone,
Oh,
all one of you. It's probably
oh,
just us. But yeah, anyways, we are here with RonnieLighto. He is going to be finishing this painting. If you guys are interested, let us know. He is going to be selling this. And hold on. Now I'm hearing
yes,
myself
I
talk.
am.
There we go. I had to mute my thing here. I always try to run YouTube so I make sure nothing's messed up. Anyways, how are you doing, Ronnie? It's good to see you.
I'm doing pretty good. I've been doing pretty good actually. The giveaways and shit.
Oh, I
I've been
know,
hitting pretty
man.
good.
You are killing it. All right, so tell everyone. I'm gonna have a little drink here. Tell everyone what you've won. All $1,000,000. I mean, it's just
Uh,
nuts.
I'm gonna have to try and remember it all now. Um, Let me remember. Let's see. Okay, so
What's
I
up,
guess
B?
the best part actually started off when it was the Ghost Rider comic. So for whatever reason on that day, I just went for
Secret
one.
rares.
I had enough gems basically to go for one, and I wanted to save a couple gems for like another drop, right? And so I went for the one on drop, and I got a 3-digit common. I was like, okay, whatever, got bless the heavens. I got a 3-digit common, but that 15-minute window opened up with our new rebound time, and I went for one, and it was a secret rare. I was like, oh, okay, cool, I got a secret rare, and because of that, I said, you know what, whatever, I'm gonna gamble and go for another one, and I went for another one, and it was another secret rare right back to back. So I was
Dude, I
like, you know
know.
what, I'll
That
press
was
my luck and
insane.
I'll go for another one. Why not? I already made out now, and I already like I unfortunately use comic books to fund my collectible collection.
Hey, that's all right.
So
Nothing wrong with that.
for as much as I respect comic books and all, it's just that I can't fund both. So I have to use if I get lucky and hit secret rares, which I'm lucky every once in a while. I'd say like every 3 or 4 months I hit a secret rare comic book, and
Right.
I just use that money. It's usually a Tarzan though, unfortunately.
I know,
So I
right?
can
Wait,
only
did you get three? Did you end up getting three or just those two? The two secret rares.
only two secret rares,
Yeah,
Ghost
but
Riders.
still.
Yeah.
So
So
you
I
bought four and you got two secret because I
yeah
remember you were
yeah
on
yeah,
stream
and a three
where
digit
you told us,
common.
dude, that's insane. Because I got a three
So yeah,
digit
so
common, but yeah, no,
well, here's the
not
best part. Hold on, the story continues. So like I sold one of the comic books. I think I floored it for 80 at the time. Which was the floor settled around there, so it was perfect
yeah, it
price
was
point.
good price.
And I used that money to be able to go for the Ghost Rider drop. So I was like, you know what? I really
Oh,
want that collectible, the fire, everything. It's like right up my alley. What I could use it for. I'm working on a vault collection showroom piece right now with all the fire characters that I own, and which it's
nice.
only three. It's not like I own hundreds or anything. I own three collectibles. That's it. One of each. You got Handy, one of my favorite characters.
Ah,
Uh,
yes, I used to
then you
own
got
those.
Ghost Rider and Red Hawk. So I'm doing like a piece. I'm trying to time it up, all the animations. I'm trying to figure out how to time it up so they're all lit on fire and Ghost Rider's looking at the camera when he turns his head.
Ooh, I like
So
that.
yeah, that's right. And I'm trying to do it outside at nighttime. So it's like if you've worked in the VV showroom stuff, you know how difficult it is to line up a good picture.
It's very
Um,
difficult.
yeah, I can't wait to get on the PC and use a mouse and everything.
Well, I'm always
So
excited to see Happy Tree Friends Handy, so I'll have to
yeah,
see that.
I can't. I need more characters. I want more characters. I can't wait to get more. I can't wait till they drop more. I hope so.
They're going to. The artist came out about a
Yeah.
month ago. It said I think she said they were going to do another set, so it makes sense.
Oh, cool, 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 cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I got I went for the Ghost Rider collectible on drop, and I did not get selected, as
Oh,
usual. When I want a collectible, I usually don't get selected. But the one I just like say fuck it and spend my money on, I get selected all the time for that.
of
But
course.
I hit and I got a number 209, which is a decent mint number
You
for
got to
that
be
run, right?
kidding me! Yeah, for sure.
So I got number 209. So like, oh man, I'm hitting today. Like, what the heck's going on here? And I, on a whim, just said, fuck it, I'm gonna put it up on the market for 100 gems. Why not? And
Okay.
maybe the person who bought it because it got sold. Maybe the person who bought it
Wow.
needed that mint number for like a matching game or something. Who knows? But they bought it, and I don't get push
Wow.
notifications on my phone. I don't know if anybody else doesn't, but I haven't gotten push notifications from VV in months. which sucks because I don't know when something sells. I have to keep going back on the app to see if
Right.
something sold. So it's sold. I went back on the app and it sold, and I was like, wow, okay, cool. So let me just go on the market really quick and see if I can just pick one up on the floor. Well, I saw a number 207 for 59 gems, and I bought that.
Oh, you're
So
kidding me.
I got a mint number 2 less than the one that I had, and so I'm happy about that because I'm a low mint number guy on the
You do
app.
like the
Like
low mint.
I
Yeah,
don't have any collectible over I think 4,000 mint number.
I get it. I like that too. Man, so you
Yeah,
got it
most of mine
all
are 3
free.
digits.
All free.
Yeah.
You got
So
that's the way to do it.
yeah.
Awesome, man.
So I'm still holding a secret rare. I'm holding that for points, at the moment. And if I do need to sell something and there's something I really want to get, like if they drop, who knows, let's say a Wolverine tomorrow or something, I'm like locked and ready. Like I can just sell that comic book and get ready to go.
Dude, that's so
Because
cool.
yeah. But yeah, and
Now,
then I won I also recently won the 5 Cryptoys cubes from Comics and Crypto. So that
oh,
was
you
cool.
won
And
it from
inside
them.
that, yeah, and
Wow.
inside that
Congrats.
was a Grail, another Grail. So I was happy for that. A Grail number 36, I believe it was.
Oh my Lord, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck's going on? And then I don't know why I'm just becoming hip to Whatnot.
Who
I have
cares?
I know I have friends that I have a friend that sold his entire comic book collection in the past like probably 4 years for money because he needed to get rid of them. He needed to pay rent and all that stuff. And I'm talking he had Campbell's signed Campbell books. I mean, we're talking hundreds
Wow.
of them, like mint conditions. We're talking 9.8s
Oh
that
wow.
he had. He just had to sell a bunch of stuff, right? And he didn't sell it on Whatnot. It's like he didn't know about that platform, and neither did I. I figured he would have. But so I found this new platform, and I won a couple giveaways on there, of course, because
Wow.
I'm like a giveaway king. Uh, I don't know what it is.
Yep.
I just like I've my entire life has been no winning. I don't gamble. I don't expect anything. If I put effort into something that feels like a gamble, I don't expect to ever win or have a good outcome with that, and I never have. And the past few years, my luck has like changed
Dude, you've been
in
killing
that
it wherever I
aspect.
turn. RonnieLighto. It's you, Raven, and a few other people. Right? It's like you are always winning. I'm glad to see you win because like you deserve it.
Some of that,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, that trivia stuff or whatever, it looks like
Oh,
I'm
for
like
sure.
cheating or something, I guess, and it looks
No.
like I'm like winning a lot. But I'm just really good at the internet and like navigating it really quick. I've been on a computer my entire life. I put 10 hours in a day at a job for 10 years on a computer as a CAD designer. So I'm constantly like,
Exactly.
I have like precision with a mouse. Like it's
I
just,
know
I don't
you
even have to,
do.
like I don't even have to look at the screen, and I can move the mouse and it'll go exactly where I wanted. This specific little tiny button on the screen, and I just have these weird
I
abilities
for
now for
sure.
working on a computer for years, and
Plus,
so
you
that
know some of this information too. So it's not
and that
even
too,
just
yeah.
like you're
So
smart too, right? So you're smart,
yeah,
and if you don't know, you can
well,
get the information fast.
yeah, I'm very, very, very resourceful. I take everything like a sponge, like a still a baby, a newborn. And the only problem with that is I can't remember specific details, names, numbers, all that kind of stuff, right? But I
Right,
can
right.
usually generally write in the ballpark of the information. I'm basically like the cliff notes of information. Like I know the main information. I don't care about the main details. I just need to know the parts that need to be rewired in my brain for the good, for the better.
Exactly.
And like me and Mo talks about as well, like the eidetic memory thing. Like
Oh, right. Totally.
that's probably where the art thing comes. Like I can just see it in my mind's eye right in front of me. So who knows? But so when it comes to like silhouette games and knowing what collectible it is, like I know it because I've seen it already, and I'm like, oh, I know that texture. I know it's a comic book. It's a piece of paper. It's a poster. I could just tell by looking at it with the contrast and all that stuff.
Oh,
That's
for
just like
sure.
I guess special human abilities, right? Your own special built-in
And
superhero
it's paying
abilities.
off now. It's definitely paying off. And you got the Crypt toys. Did you win? You didn't want on more than one though. You just won on the because
No, just the
Mission.
one, just the
He
one.
had one on two. He had one ours and somebody
Oh
else's. So
man,
like you got to
nice.
sign. I know you signed up the other day for ours and
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah, yeah,
everyone's.
yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, out there. By the way, I'm a Crypt Toys ambassador with Mono's Skin and Bones. But we did a giveaway, but all the ambassadors do giveaways. So like this doesn't, we don't even care if you use our code to buy stuff. Just go out there. But for the contest, seriously, sign up for them all. Comics and Crypto, Kyle Wilson, whoever, Chris Coffey, everyone. Just go out there and sign up for everyone's thing, because you never know. Now, Comic and Crypto is impressive you got that, because they're going to have a lot of people who probably signed up more than most.
Yeah.
It's obviously superstar money too. But yeah, go out there and just sign up for them all. You never know. You absolutely never know what's going to happen if you're going to win. So, by the way, just real quick.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. No. Go.
No, mine's a longer story, probably.
Well, I was just going to say, okay, just real quick, so everyone knows, I'm going to put you solo here. So you're working on a painting and you're thinking about selling this, but tell us a little bit, because I was
thinking about it. No, I'm selling it.
No, he's selling it. Right, he's selling it. But here's what's really cool, and I know you like to do texture stuff, and I don't know if people can actually see it at this.
Okay.
It's very textured. It's really cool. I love the way you do your paintings, and I know this is what you like to do. So it's not just like this flat. Exactly. So you can see it's just like raised. Exactly. There you go. And I love that. That's like, I don't want to say it's old school, but it's really, I think it's good painting, right?
So like there's this, so like the main leaf that's on the front here, it's right. It's 3D, it's built up paint.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you're putting this together. Is this another one of those where you got lucky and you found an old painting and you painted over it?
Yeah, this is I found this in the trash. So the vein, it was like a Target painting, like one of those ones you'd go to Target and find and pick up.
Right.
Probably for like $50, and no artist gets any commission for it or nothing.
It's just like Vivi.
Right? Hold on 1 second, having a problem with the camera here.
Yeah, no problem. Just real quick, again, good to see D. Daniel's in here commenting, loving your stuff. Even Shelby Cobra.
There's a special part of this painting. I don't know how many people are in here at the moment because I don't have the VV open, or I'm sorry, the YouTube open. But let me get this camera set up better, and I can show you guys the best part of this painting. So in this painting specifically, it is not only one painting; it's two paintings in one. And I'll show you in a second why.
All right. Oh, we like that. Shelby Cobra's like, babe, you know how I love Halloween decorations. So tell us a little bit more what you're selling this for. Is this for something special, or you're just, because you a lot, I know you sell your stuff, but like money isn't your thing. So, but you got to
right. So,
you got to
I like that. Yeah, I got to get my time's worth, and based off of how good I feel like I did on this piece, I used a couple little new techniques that I never did before that I learned from an artist named Crayola, aka Greg Simpkins. He's just like a known graffiti artist, OG of the graffiti world, and he turned like high quality, classy art, but with surrealism art. And I'm starting to learn his techniques and pick up on them, and I really, really enjoy it. Like stuff with the bark and stuff.
Right.
Like just find, bringing out here, I'll show you a brush I was using. So like, this isn't even the smallest brush I own. Actually I ruined that one because there's only like 3 or 4 hairs on it. I don't know if it's like.
You got good use out of it. By the way, Gus Hall, good to see you, man.
Tiny little brushes like this, and they're putting in fine little detail. Here we go. You guys ready?
Check this out. All right. The suspense. Oh, okay. Nice. Look at that. Oh, now you're going to get Shelby Cobra really interested. That is cool.
So there's some UV paint used, and then the rest is glow in a dark paint. So the pumpkin will have, like, if you have a UV light on it, it'll show off with like a little bit of the oranges and stuff, highlights in the pumpkin. I don't know if it can be seen on the camera.
Yeah, we can see. Yeah, I see all that. Yep. And some of the little, oh yeah, it's so cool. Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yep. Wow.
And then I hid like a serpent's face inside the clouds that you really won't see unless you're looking at it or until the black light hits it. And then when I take the black light away, you can see it glows in the dark.
Oh, dude, that is freaking cool. Is this what you're waiting for all that paint for?
Yeah. And then this is what happens when you can. This will fuck with your eyes a little bit on what I'm about to do here. It's pretty cool. It's just like bam, and then bam, you know.
I
It's like,
love
oh,
it.
cool, and then bam.
Wow. That is so cool. Even my wife's like, her eyes are wide open. She's like, holy crap, that's awesome. That is
Well,
really
it's,
cool.
yeah, you can kind of see it with the light on. So if we had enough, my black light is old. I mean, this thing's like 15 years old. If you got a good black light, a LED one nowadays, this thing would really pop, even with light on it, regular light on it. You could throw a black light on it, it'll pop. It'll look cool. So you can see both paintings simultaneously. You know.
That is really cool. So how much time have you put into this? Because you've been working on this for a little while.
Yeah, technically, I'd say I clocked in around 25 hours onto it.
Oh
You know,
wow.
nothing crazy, nothing crazy. That's a
Wow.
normal. That's actually a small painting time. You know, a quick painting. Usually, like the next portrait I'm about to do, I'm gonna try and get done for a client this Christmas. Unfortunately, they just moved to Florida, so I'm gonna have to ship it to them.
Oh wow.
But
Yeah.
it's
Shipping.
a
How
huge.
so?
It's a Yeah, I'll show.
Okay.
I'll get the canvas, but yeah, I don't know. Shipping's crazy nowadays. It's very expensive.
Because if it's on canvas, you can roll it up. Like I've seen that, all that. But if like what you
Well,
have here, that's really expensive.
I can't. I
You know, in a
can't do
frame.
that. I don't have those capabilities really because the way I paint, you can still hear me, right? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I can tell you
The
sound
the
good.
way I paint, like okay, so this is wood,
Right.
so you can't roll that up. Um,
No,
on
I
my
knew you couldn't roll that
canvases,
up. Right.
so this is going to be a 4 dog portrait.
Okay. Oh wow,
I don't
that's
even know if I
big.
can get it on my table. It's so
No,
big.
that's big. Yeah, that is big.
But yeah, so this is going to be, there's going to be 4 huge dogs on here. They have 4 dogs and they want me to paint all of them on it.
Oh,
So
how
that's the
cool.
next portrait I'll be doing. Something like this is going to take me like, I'd say 150 hours or something.
Wow.
Because I'm going
And
to
is he
go in
like,
there, I'm going to get every fine little detail, every fine little hair, whisker, you know, I'll try to reflect stuff inside the eyeballs. So if you actually get, so that's one thing I do with my paintings too. Sometimes I want, and this comes from my mushroom trips, uh,
right, right.
focusing on if anyone's ever done psychedelics or mushrooms, this is a PSA, but you learn about fractals, right? And you learn
Yes,
about
right.
what fractals are and how they look. If you've ever like went online and looked at digital representations of fractals, you can get the idea. You'll see that when you're taking psychedelics, and where you could just infinitely go inward, more and more and more and more. And when I
Yes,
came out of that,
exactly.
for art, when I came out of that, I learned that I want to have the ability. So when you go to a museum nowadays, most of the time you can't get real close to a painting, or they say don't touch it, you know, all that kind of stuff. I
Right.
hate that. I understand they're trying to save it, you know, with the oils on the hands and all that shit, but I think that's dumb. People need to touch stuff from the past. And so like my artwork, I want you to touch it. I want you to
It's the same
feel the texture of
tapping
these
it earlier.
leaves.
Exactly,
uh,
right.
I don't want you to get in here and touch it all day, every day, and keep your hands on it and
Right.
get it sweaty and hold it there, you know, all that kind of stuff. But get in here and touch it. I don't care. I don't care about that at all. If anything, degrading it over the years makes my artwork look better. But since those trips, I learned that I want to capture moments for people so that not only do they look at a piece from far away, 20 feet away, 15, 10 feet away, and look at it
Right.
and gather in the entire piece all at once. I want you to have the ability to come in real close and find little worlds of inspirations and moments, but with your nose toward right on the canvas. So when I go in and I try to paint, let's try and do this, like small details where like if you were to get really close, you can start living and learning. Oh, look at that bat in the tree.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. That's what art's
Like
all about,
this
where you're like,
thing,
yeah.
you know, it's the size of my thumb, you know. And then you can see the serpent in the clouds. But from far away, you're not going to see that, you know.
Right.
I mean, that one you probably can, but it's all about just creating these small moments for everybody real close. And not it's not all about just standing 20 feet away and admiring a piece. I
Right.
want you to get up and smell the paint, smell the varnish on it. So this piece, the only thing I'm going to do to it to finalize it is put a nice clear varnish on it. That'll make everything really pop. So that's the only final thing I have to do to this piece when I'm done. I'm
Is that
actually
like a
going to add
protective layer too?
oh yeah. And what
Yeah.
that'll do is it'll make all the colors become bolder. So everything will become like darker, but almost like it'll help. It'll basically help. So like if there's a light source on it, like there is now, you're gonna get like right now I'm getting glare over here, and that's because there's a light on it. But if I put varnish on this and I set it up perfect, like it'll diminish a lot of that glare, all those reflections, and you can just take in the piece.
Very cool. Very cool. So when you thought this up though, like the end, has it been shifting while you're doing it, or this is what you thought of and you're now at the end, or does it
Oh,
shift?
so this, everything everything shifts, and that's what I love about painting. That's what I imagine what it's like creating music, where you're just sitting there playing tones and tunes, and just learning little riffs just randomly. It's kind of like when I'm playing with a deck of cards. Some of the best cardistry guys out there, cardists and magicians, they'll tell you that they learn new effects and new ways to handle cards by accident because they accidentally fumble with a card and it does something cool and they go, I wonder if I can recreate that moment. And so it's like some of the best moments happen in real time, and you need to capture that. And they don't happen unless you put the time in. If you don't put any time into it, those moments will never happen, and you'll sit there in your muck and just whine and complain about why nothing happens to you in life and miracles don't happen and you don't win giveaways. Well, you need to get up off your ass and actually try. You can't just sit there and get it.
Make it happen. Make it happen.
Yeah. And if you just put the time in, something magic will happen anywhere. So this piece basically started with I did a piece like this a couple years ago that I sold online, and it was Halloween. I was like, I could use something to paint. I didn't have any ideas going. I need unique ideas of my own. So I said, I'm just going to paint something I know, something I could paint without thinking about it, And started with a pumpkin. I'm going to do the pumpkin, and that ended up with a tree, and then the tree ended up, well, I'm going to put a face in the tree, and then that ended up being, well, I'm going to put a bat in the tree, and then I was like, what if I put ghosts over here? And I was like, I'm going to put 3 matching ghosts, and I said, what if one is just goofy like a Casper, out of them all? So that changed, and then the next thing I'm putting the stalk on the pumpkin, and I go, well, the background, if you remember earlier when I was live with you, I was painting the clouds in, and they were all white and gray and fluffy. I did not like that. So I took a bunch of this transparent blue paint, spray paint, and I taped up the pumpkin and I sprayed the entire thing so you get this blue effect. Then I went back in and redid the clouds. And then after that, I was like, what? I'm going to highlight the bat. Like none of the, I don't think about it until it starts happening,
Right.
And the stalk was going to stop right around here. And I was like, what? Let's just fucking move it all the way up top. And I was like, what if we make little thingy doos on the sides? I said, let's do that. And then I was like, what if there was leaves here? Let's do the leaves. Like after I put the leaves down here, and the leaves down here were green and orange and red. And I was like, that's too new and they look too fresh and new. So I said, they got to go red and orange. So I made everything red and orange and brown and dead down here. And it's just that's what happens. That's the flow of it. And none of that ever happens sitting around looking at it. It doesn't happen until I pick up the brush. And you get in the moment of the thing, and next thing you know, you're in the moment, and the brain's just wide open. It's taking in things like an antenna, taking it all in, because you're not worried about politics in Israel and worried about if you got enough water that day. Did I work out? Does she hate me? Oh, does she love me? Oh no. You're just painting that line, and if you don't get it right, you have to mess it up, or you have to redo it again. You don't want to do that, so you're focused on this. Next thing you know, you have all these ideas pouring in. And if you're an artist or a creative, you pay attention to that. And the next thing you know, you're like, that's a good idea. I need to capture that. And sometimes I start getting writing ideas or title ideas, and I have to hurry up and walk away, write those down. And those don't happen unless I stand here and start painting.
Right. The inspiration comes while you're doing. And then, of course, you did the black light and the glow in the dark stuff too.
Yeah. And that's turning into an MO of mine. I've been doing that for years. I don't know how many people have seen my rock climbing wall mural. If you haven't, go on my Instagram page @Conger Art, CONGER. And if you scroll down, you'll find it. I don't post anything on there unless it's like art related. I don't just garbage it up. But my rock climbing wall, it's two paintings in one. It's during the day with the lights on. It's a 45-foot tall by like 50-foot wide mural. It's 3-dimensional. It's not just a flat wall. It's a concrete wall. It's not a wood wall or a brick wall. And people climb on it. It's active. So, I had to make sure the paint was going to hold up. And I got the idea. I was like, what if there's some black light elements in it? And then the owner goes, you know what? We actually do a black light night where we do rock climbing at nighttime, where they put the little they mount the little lights on their forehead and stuff. They shut the lights down in the entire place, and you rock climb at night. And so that teaches you, like, if you go out in the wilderness and do night climbing. But they turn the entire place is black lights, like these high industrial black lights in it, and they turn that shit on, and my entire wall just glows. Leaves glow. Characters glow. You got Mario, Bowser, Princess Peach, Zelda, I'm sorry, Link, Sonic, a dragon, a bear, bees. All this stuff is just glowing. Windows are glowing. Fire, Mario blocks, question mark blocks, all that stuff. It all glows under black light. And ever since then, I was like, you know what? 2 paintings in one seems like a cool idea sometimes.
It's a great idea. I mean, that's what's really, like Patrick Hughes, where you can move around, it changes, or origami.
Yeah.
Familiar, but same type of idea,
Yeah, that idea, the fact that he invented that idea is like, you look at that and you go, why the fuck wasn't it me? Why didn't I think of that first?
Right. It's amazing.
Because people were doing like anamorphic art and stuff for years, right? I don't know if you do know what that is, anamorphic art.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like elongated if you look at it one perspective, but you look at it the perfect perspective, it looks like a 3D object and shit.
Right, totally.
It's like it works along the lines of that, and the fact that he came up with that first was for art, and not just scientific experiments and shit and fun little toys, was like a very smart idea. I came across this other artist. I don't know the name right now. He's too new, but he went viral recently, and he creates these pieces of artwork that look like construction paper with the little staples in it and everything. It looks, I mean, you can look at it with your nose this close to the painting and you'll swear to effing God that it is construction paper, and it's not. It's a painting. And he has hundreds and hundreds of works of this, and he's now in museums. He just blew up and went viral. He's probably going to be like one of the most expensive living artists of today.
Living in your stuff to be worth is very rare, right? Like,
yeah, that's the game. That's the game nowadays, right? Yeah, the old man games of yonder was, they didn't even expect to make money ever with their artwork. They were just doing artwork. You got the royals commissioning paintings and stuff. Yeah. You got the Vatican and all that stuff. Making Michelangelo paint and all that shit, and Da Vinci painting the Last Supper. I don't know if many people know the Last Supper is actually a mural. It's not a painting on like a canvas.
Right.
They can't even move it. It's on a building, and he painted this thing over the course of like 13 years or something like that. And he just kept saying, I need time, I need more materials. And he kept redoing it over and over again. That's why it looks all weird, and because it's just deteriorating. It's a stone wall. They can't like repair the paint, it's just deteriorating apart. They're trying to keep it alive. Good thing we have photographs today, but one day that's not going to exist.
That's sad. But like you said, we have maybe what's the NFT project that does that? That does the pictures.
Elmon X.
Yeah, Elmon X. Yeah, which also did the Patrick Hughes stuff, because I actually bought one.
Yes.
For Patrick Hughes.
Cool.
Yeah, somebody had offered me a lot of money for it. I'm like, no, I'm just going to keep it. So, because I like his stuff, I think it's pretty cool. And like I said,
I have a piece of his. Yeah.
Yeah, like Agam is the only other guy that I know that's done that. He was born in 1928, but I don't know when he came up with the same exact thing where you move around, but it's more like shapes instead of like buildings and Venice and all that stuff, but same idea. Yeah. So I grew up liking that stuff, but you can't afford it. Like, you can't afford it in real life. So I mean, the stuff's just insanely expensive, but it's really cool, which is what I like about like Vivi and Elmon X, or
it's what I like about you. Sorry.
Right. But it allowed us to like have pieces of art that we would never get our hands on and to get to see it in a cool perspective. So
Yeah, that's what. So I was on Whatnot, and people were. I was just reading the chat, reading the room, basically seeing if I
right.
can add my little 2 cents in without, hurting anybody's feelings. And they started talking about how NFTs are a scam, and anyone who gets into them is a fucking idiot. And I forget which channel it was. It was like a boomer too. He was like, "I know, I get it. I'm a boomer and all that. So I don't get it." He's like, "It's just a Ponzi scheme, all that stuff." And I was like, "Well, can you pull out your Action Comics #1 right now and read it? Since you love reading your comic books so much." I said it nicely, but he was like, "It doesn't matter. It doesn't. It's just a JPEG. You could just take a picture." I was like, that's just like the normal thing everyone says, like
Right.
that
Everyone
viral
says,
phrase everybody learned back in the day. They won't forget it. They just keep
right.
using it. That was like 6 years ago. Everyone was using it.
Funny.
That was
Right. Oh, totally.
chill.
It's just a picture. Can't I just take a
Yeah,
picture of it and that's the same?
and I get it.
No, it's
I
not the
get
same
it.
thing. I get it too,
I
but it's
get
not
it.
the same thing. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I could take a picture of the comic book you're holding in your hands too. Like, what's the fucking
Right. I
difference?
could
I could
take a
take a
picture of your painting
yeah,
right now, but I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like, it's
yeah.
not
You
the
don't
same
own it.
thing. I'm not going to get the 3D and the black light and everything. So just so you were
Like
talking
in a
because
world, sorry, and like
no,
especially
go
in
ahead.
America, especially in America, we're like consumerists. Like we love to
Right.
consume shit. We work hard to buy shit. That's all we have.
Right. Isn't that a
Work
problem
hard
though?
to
I
buy
mean, like
shit
it's like
or
right.
give away shit to people. That's
Right.
what
I'm
we
going to
live
work
for.
harder so I can get a bigger TV. That's what I just hate. Like
Yeah,
that
that's what
stuff
it
is
is.
like
So like
ridiculous, right?
it's all about ownership. Take the NFT out of it or the
Right.
JPEG out of it. It's all about the feeling of ownership. That's what we want. When I
Oh,
buy a
totally.
stuffed animal from the store, I get to hold it and hug it. Maybe in the near future, we're going to put a haptic feed suit on and I'll be able to hold and hug my hoodie Miles. I'll be able to
Yes.
touch how bony he is, and hug the statue. I don't know. I don't need that kind of, that part of my life. I'm not longing for that, but some people
Right.
are.
But some people are, and they do need that. That's why the fidgetals are doing well too, because they want
Oh,
something
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that they can actually touch. So, what I was going to ask you though, so just because people are watching, we got a few people
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
listening. But so this has taken you 25 hours. You're not even done. So, what is a piece like
Yeah,
this
don't take
kind
the
of?
time out of it though. That sounds so gross, and you're like, how long did it take you? Because then
Well, but I mean, it's
people
like you're
start,
like a,
what people do? They start calculating, and they go, well, how much do I get paid at my job? And it's just like that's
well,
not
then I
how it
feel
works.
like
Like,
I
yeah,
know it's not how it works,
no,
but yeah,
no, no,
but
no.
you
I'm
put
just
a
making jokes here. Don't worry,
yeah,
don't.
because like
I'm
your
just
work is you're not the reality is you're not getting paid what you probably
yeah.
should be getting paid. Like if
Like
you were a
if we
mechanic, you'd be getting $100 an hour, right? Like
yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, yeah. But they're not doing anything unique. They're just doing something they learned because you fix the motor the same way every time. There's nothing learned
right,
there.
exactly.
You're not like, I came up with a new idea for a motor mechanism. Like, no, that doesn't happen. No, you're just the
Right,
guy that puts the bolts in where the bolts go.
right. Once you learn it, you got and you
Like
look at
no
a book
one's
and you tell
like
them
no
how,
one said, yeah, no one said the leaf had to go here, or the eyeball had to be this size. Like no one fucking said that. There's no
right,
there's no rule book to this shit.
right. And
This all
that's what
comes
makes
from
it go.
up here. You're paying for this.
Exactly. So okay, so what do you want for this? Because if somebody wants
That
extra
sounds
time,
so gross. I've never
I
been
know it
asked
does.
live on camera how
I
much do
know.
I want for something.
Well, I could just say to people, "What do you want to pay for this?" But you do have to eat bread and drink water.
Yeah,
And
for me, as long as I'm covering shipping, obviously, I don't ship very often, so I can't imagine how much it would cost to ship this. It probably won't be more than $100,
as I
within
say,
the
it's
United States.
about $100. As I think my dad was shipping some physical stuff like this, and I think
Yeah,
that's
I think
depending. It's
yeah,
about
and because it's
yeah,
wood and stuff, it won't have to be like reinforced big time, so it doesn't get super damaged or anything.
right. You could probably
Uh,
just wrap it, but still,
yeah,
it's
bubble
not.
wrap it and stuff.
Yeah. I think if you bubble wrapped it, you'd probably be fine. But it's still not a cheap thing to ship that because
Yeah,
you don't want it to get any damaged and stuff. So no, I
but
understand
a piece like this, I can easily sell for $400 though.
right,
Around like my neighborhood stuff or friends in the family type thing.
right. So
So
you need
that's around, and plus the size that it is, I really couldn't go anything less than that. But
I mean, that's by the way, Hanano, good to see you, man. We have Ronnie on here talking about his painting, which he's actually going to sell, which he doesn't. I haven't seen him actually sell anything yet. So that's why I'm asking him about pricing and stuff. So 400 plus shipping, or is that like
No, I would think. No, I'm just thinking $400 out the door.
Man,
you know?
I don't know how you do it, man. You put so much time into this. I mean, you've been working on this for like over a month.
Donate more. I don't care. Like, give me. Think of it as $400 plus whatever amount of tip you want to give me. Like, that's what I usually tell customers. But I'm like,
totally.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. This is really cool. Do you want to show? Because I don't know if Anano's seen it. I want to see the black light and like glow in the dark.
Oh yeah. Okay,
that's cool. Look at this.
Let's do it again.
This is really cool. I mean, I love the idea of having two paintings in one, almost three, right? Because it's glow and dark, and then you've got the black light. This is really cool.
Alrighty. Here I go again on my own. Here we go.
Right. Love it.
I feel like there should be some like eerie music playing.
I know, right? Like that's way too much. Right. Too much production value. Right. I should have planned better. Have some. Yeah, look at that. So it's got the black light and then it glows in the dark too. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, by the way, if you ever do a handy painting, like I guarantee I can get tons of views on that, since my shorts are happy tree friends. So gotta do that.
I could always whip up something like, just creatively artistic, just, something I don't have to take a lot of time in. That's not a bad idea, because those are easy characters to do. I wouldn't have to put too much time in it.
Well, don't say easy.
I'd be willing to do that for you.
I couldn't do it.
Damn.
Look at that.
So here, I'll show you something cool. And then here's the cool effect. Whoever's watching and new now, we're going to turn a light on so you can get a glimpse of. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's a whole painting.
There's a whole painting hidden there, right?
And then bam.
Which came first?
And this thing, just as all artwork, it's hard to express through a camera, and to people who actually don't experience art too often. This community is a lot different. I feel like people are actually experiencing art and paintings on a wall with their own eyes and shit all the time. But paintings, there's something about seeing something with your own eyes versus seeing it on camera or in a picture. That you can't get the same experience of artwork. It's like holding a sketch from Jim Lee or something. You see the Jim Lee sketch or in the comic book printed, very cool. But when you see the actual ink lines and how he spritzes little white, what is it called? Whiteout. He uses whiteout with a paintbrush to put speckles all over it. When you see that in person, and I've never seen a Jim Lee thing in person. I think I've seen his signature in person. That's about it.
Right.
But I do watch his Twitch streams all the time when he goes live. I've learned a couple techniques from him too as well.
That's always.
But when you see it in person, it's just totally different. Like this piece, you're seeing it on camera on 1080p or whatever. The best way that I can show you guys. It's nothing compared to what it will look like.
What it looks like in person, because like we were talking about at the very beginning, the texture on the leaves at the bottom, it's not.
Yeah, your eyes are actually going to pick up all that stuff more than the camera does.
Oh, absolutely. Because
and you start doing this thing. Yeah, so it's so big or whatever, you don't realize it till you're up close. And like really good art, when you're trying to create a good piece, it's all about flow. So in artwork, when you think about it, a really good piece that you're looking at, why is it really good? Why am I drawn to it? It's because you keep doing this. You keep looking around and you go, I'm going to look over here. I'm going to look over there. Wow, there's something over there. And there's this flow, and you keep going full circle. When you get a painting and all you're doing is looking in one corner for some reason, or just staring at the center, that's not, in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinions with artwork, it's not a good piece. You don't want to leave out anything around and surrounding. You want the eyes to keep moving. You don't want to stare,
Do you like Salvador Dali?
I respect him. I don't get this, like I don't get to stare at any of my favorite artists' artwork, which I would love to, It's hard to be like, I love this guy, I love that guy, when I never get to see the artwork. The
Right,
best
right.
we all get, like I said, is on the internet looking at it. That's all you get. It's just,
Well,
so it's hard to
you got a good art
respect
museum
stuff from the
in
past.
Cleveland has a
Oh
very good
yeah.
art museum. So I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Yeah, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But yeah, he's cool, with his stories, how he would pay uh, for meals and stuff by
yes,
drawing little
exactly.
sketches on
Yep,
checks and stuff. I love
exactly.
that idea. Like, I love the idea of never using money. Uh, something about simplifying that. Like, why is it got to come down to money for a transaction?
When you could barter, right?
Yeah,
Like
and
people do like
that's
that.
what we are doing with the dollar, right here in
Right.
America. Like,
That's
we
exactly
are
right.
bartering with these dollars. But if you take the dollars out, would you still want this painting? You know what I mean? Would
Of course.
if I was famous and I sold it for $80,000, is that why you want the painting? Because you like it, or is it because I'm famous, or is it because
Right.
you have a lot of money and you want to spend money? It comes down to this money thing, which I kind of hate. But like
But
you
my
said, we
parents
all
have
got to
always
eat and shit.
we got to eat too. But my parents who love art were always said, buy what you like, because like to buy something as an investment is, first of all,
Yeah,
stupid. You just don't know. But like, buy what you love. It doesn't matter what it's going to be. It's what it's worth to your soul, right? It's like, what do you get out of
yeah.
that? Like
For me,
looking at it, you're feeling, right?
yeah. For me, it's like, what am I getting out of it? Like,
Right.
what if the stuff that I buy? If I buy a pair of shorts, am I gonna let them sit in a drawer? Or am I gonna fucking wear them? Like, if I'm gonna buy a piece of artwork, am I buying it, like you said,
Right.
because of it being an investment, or am I buying it because I really like it? And every time I look at it, it's gonna
Right.
inspire me to be a better person, or to do my own artwork, or whatever. Yeah.
For
And now,
sure.
don't get me wrong. If you're rich and you want to spend a lot of money on my paintings, go right ahead. Like, I'm all in.
Right. Right. Or
Uh,
hire
I
you
won't
to
turn it
like
down.
make something. Yeah, totally.
I will
That's
always
funny.
guarantee that I will not let that money go to waste. That I'll okay, for instance, I did this budget list and stuff for this next mural I'm painting. I was supposed to try and get it done this year, but it looks like my weather here is not holding up. So I'm probably going to have to push it to the spring, because we're not getting like anything above 50-degree days here at the moment.
No way.
And
Not now.
it was like $2,700 in paint and supplies.
What?
So,
Wow.
like, all that will be gone by the time I'm done with this mural. It's just like, it was $1,600 in spray paint, and the other was in regular paint. And the one thing I splurged on is only like $300. Was a paint sprayer. I've never owned a paint sprayer, and I would like to own it, because if I'm going to start doing these like 60-foot murals, spray painting or rolling is just not going to be efficient anymore. I'm going to have to get backgrounds done really quick. So I got this paint sprayer. But so what I'm getting at is, I don't usually take money and waste
Right.
it on anything, right? Recently, I bought comic books and stuff recently, just a little gift to myself. But there's
You're allowed
Spider
to
Boy.
have it.
Don't worry. It's
Right.
like one focused character. I'm not like going, I'm gonna buy this comic book because I got it for cheap and I'm gonna be able to sell it for more. Like, I got Spider Boy
Right.
because I think this character is gonna be awesome, and I can't wait to like dive into his storyline.
Totally.
Uh, Damn, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking
I
about
mean, you
again?
have passion like that. But yeah, talking about, you know, well, first of all, on this painting. By the way, you like that spider ham too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I just love how stupid it is. It's so stupid.
When it came out, I'm like, what is this thing? But
It's
yeah,
so ridiculous. Like, the storyline is so ridiculous. I can't get over it. I like the character before the storyline. Don't get me wrong. Like, I was
right.
totally into the design of him, and I started seeing some redesigns of him in this Topps Marvel Collect app that I do. So
Oh
I've been
yeah, I
seeing
do that too now.
a bunch of variations of him over the years, and I just fell in love with it. I was like, that is a cool. It's for me. It's not about. It's just about how cool, look, the aesthetics of it.
Right,
I don't know
right.
what it is about like seeing round edges mixed with sharp edges that like gets me happy. I don't know what it is. Like, so in Miles Morales, for instance, or Spider-Man, my best
Oh, for
characters of
sure.
Spider-Man that were drawn are the ones where like his calves will be like triangles here, but then down here is a little bit of a smooth, and you go, well, why is that happening? Like, how did they get sharp edges and smooth edges and make it look good, you know? And just something about the aesthetics and design of Spider-Man forever. But as soon as I saw Spider-Ham, I was like, I'm in.
You gotta
And
have
that
it.
backstory is just so cool. And Spider-Ham's backstory is actually invented a new Spider-Man character I'm currently been working on in my head for like a couple months now. I can't get it down on paper yet. I have no idea how to draw this character, but it's a really cool idea. I've never seen them before. The closest it's got was I recently heard Spider-Man throughout the comic book series, I guess,
Right.
the venom that he's bitten with that turns him into Spider-Man
Yep.
starts taking over, and he starts turning into a spider by the end of the comic books in like one of the worlds or whatever. And I was like, that's a really neat idea, and that's kind of like what I'm working with my character that I'm trying to get out there.
So you won't
trying
even
to create
sketch
work.
it though, but you won't even like sketch it until you're ready.
No, not yet. Not until I have a reason to sketch it. I can't. It's about wasting too. Like I can't just sit around wasting paper. I'm gonna throw in the garbage.
I get it. I get it.
I have to like really visualize it and go, oh, I have it. Like it's the reason why I haven't drawn RonnieLighto correctly yet through the years. Like it's just an idea in my head that I can't seem. I got like this much done, right? I got the face. I got the idea. He'll always be smoking smoking the wacky tobacco in his mouth. And he's going to be a red rabbit because, look in the industry of rabbits, the history of rabbits. There's no red rabbits that are famous. They're usually white, gray, blue, yellow, all the colors above. You never see a red rabbit. So, that's why where the red takes in. But yeah, I just can't.
Wait, there is a red rabbit on Vivi through the killer. What
was it? Right.
That's it. That's the only one out there, right? That's
right. The Cossack.
Yeah,
rabbits.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. The rabbits. Yeah, and so and ever since I've been in BB, and since those have been in there early on, I was like, so like you got the OG Devil Bunny. It's one of my favorite collectibles. I bought early on. Thing. I won't get rid of. It's the closest thing to RonnieLighto. Oh yeah, I've had it since for like 3 years now.
I just looked at it today because I want to buy it, but it was too much. I've seen it for less. That is one on my list to get. I'm looking.
Yeah, I just got one so long ago, and it's the closest looking thing to RonnieLighto that I can get in the app at the moment. And so I can get RonnieLighto in the app, and so.
Dude, that thing, the OG. Oh my god, that thing! I love it. I love it. Don't buy it out there if you're watching this.
No, yeah, no. This isn't. We're not trying to sell it.
See, here it's actually pretty close to what I'd almost be willing to pay now. Somebody has it. I don't like the mint because it's $470 for $179. And there's one for one. There's a $150. If he was $179, I'd buy it right now. That's a good deal.
Wait, how much?
Yeah, it's that. Well, don't forget, there's probably somebody just. There's $179 is at the floor, then $220, $225, $250, $418, and $1,000. Because that's what I remember. You probably remember it.
For the OG Devil Bunny.
Yeah. Because you probably remember it was like $3,000-$4,000 or more. But also, don't forget, people are this. Let me see if this was just listed because this was not up here earlier.
Huh.
No, that one I guess hit. Yeah, see here, I guess that one has been up for a little while. I didn't think I saw it there. Yeah, it's definitely. Is it one of those things that we saw it for a lot of money and now we're like, well, we can afford things? That also could be one of those mind tricks.
Yeah, like people have stopped reloading stuff on the market.
Right. And so the prices have come down, or somebody gets desperate, they want to buy something else. For instance, if I had something that was, let's say, worth $300, but there's something that I wanted that used to be worth a couple thousand, I'm like, I want it. I'll sell this for $300 to get that. You might think that's a good deal. See, this one, I really like this. This is such a cool piece. Tristan Eaton. And let's see, so this is November 2021. So, I mean, this is the same month as the partner statue. All the golden moments came out. That was November 2021. Man.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. That explains why I got one early on then. Because that's when I got into the app.
Which is so funny. Everyone got into the app almost that same month. And then you have the true OGs that were there. Like,
yeah.
whatever.
I think a lot of people got into the app for one main reason, and they just don't say it.
Which is
They saw an Andrew Zick video.
see, but didn't Disney tweet out the golden moments? Like that would have gotten a lot of people.
That I don't know about. I got into the app literally after, because I watch Andrew Zick videos, and mainly because he's a magician and a cardistry guy.
Right.
So I've just been following him for years, and now he does these financial videos. So I've watched those too. Now I don't take any advice or anything. I just watch him for like information, and I like the way he talks and shit.
Right.
But one day I'm just watching a random video while I'm doing something, and it was at a time I was like pissed off at a friend of mine, and we were just like not hanging out and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? And we were like really heavy into NFTs at the time. Like he was buying koalas, and the Bored Apes were skyrocketing.
Oh wow!
And all that shit, and a couple other things were dropping at the time. Everything. Anyways, so I hear him mention, he's like, oh, I have this Spider-Man and this cool looking rabbit with fucking rainbows coming out of its mouth.
Right.
And I was like, okay, what's this stuff? I'm into NFTs. And I was like, well, I know this app. I was going to sign up for this app like a while ago. And when I first heard about VV and loaded up the app, I think there was like Todd McFarlane and Spider-Man in it. That's it. Right. So I was like, and it was out of my reach. It was like $50-$60 at the time. I was like, that's a lot of money. Like, I have to load it up, and I was like, turn it into gems. Like, I know how this fucking thing goes. I've turned money into gems and diamonds for years and never saw money back from it.
Right. I know.
So I know how this goes. I know this game, So I was in it early on. If I would have just signed up for an account, I would have been one of the actual like top 100 or top 50 OGs in this app.
You would have gotten those comics for like $2. You know how everyone was buying.
It was just like one of those things where I wish I was early in and made the choice. Jumped in.
You were still
right away, and I didn't.
Yeah.
So
if you got in
then I hear
January,
him.
Yeah, you'd be fine. I was just saying, if you got in before January 2022, you were pretty golden. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Me was shit. What am I? November something 2021, right?
Yeah, that's when you would have started right around there, because that's when I did.
So yeah, I was watching this video and I hear him say VV, and it's like a weird name, and I was like, what is this name? It's kind of catchy and cool. And he starts explaining this stuff, and I was like, oh, let me open up. I think I remember this app that I loaded up a year ago. And I loaded up, and I was like, sure enough, I had $30, I think, in my account.
Oh, you're kidding me.
I'm going to load it up. No. I mean, in my actual account.
Oh, in your bank account. Okay.
So I said, fuck it. I'm bored and I'm pissed. I'm going to, it was kind of like a revenge thing, right? It was kind of like fuck that motherfucker. I'm pissed at him right now. So I'm going to get into this NFT and I'm going to make it huge, And I did make it huge a little bit. So there was a point. So I got in. I heard this from Andrew Zick, and I got in, and I loaded up 30 gems, and I went for the first drop ever, which was the Eternals drop.
Oh yes, yeah.
And I got whatever character it was, and at the time, everything sold for high prices. Everything sold for triple retail, and I sold it right away. And I was like, oh, I made profit. What the hell? This feels good. And next thing you know, I see Disney drop, Disney Golden Moments. I was like, holy shit. And I think the first drop was Wally and something else.
Oh,
or I could be wrong.
Yeah, no.
So it was Homer and the Bart skateboard or something.
Yeah, Homer and the skateboard. Yep.
So I went for that, and I almost said I got selected. I got selected, I guess, for the drop to buy it. And I bought it, and I got the skateboard, and I sold it for like $200 some, right?
Yep.
And I was like, oh man! And of course, obviously, it skyrocketed to where it skyrocketed.
Yeah.
But for me, that was awesome. I only put $30 into this fucking thing, and next thing you know, I got hundreds of dollars within minutes. And I was like, "Whoa, this feels good." So I went for the next drop, and I got Wally, and then I got like I think it was 410, because I remember selling it for like the same price as the mint number.
You're kidding me. Wow.
So I sold that Wally for like $400 some, and the rest is history from there. Now I've
once you're
over the
in there,
years,
once you get
over
in,
the years, I put a couple dollars here and there. I'd say I probably put in around like $400 in the past 3 years.
oh
And if you
wow,
look at my collection, I've now I'm no whale or anything, but I have like over 61 collectibles now, and now like 9 comic books
oh
because
wow,
of this recent Secret Rare thing that happened.
dude, that was
Uh,
awesome. Yep,
but yeah, that's all funded from that early on money that I just flipped and flipped, and I
yep.
started learning the markets, and I was watching Vault's videos. I mean, everyone who has a friggin' YouTube channel, I've been watching. I've watched every fucking all your guys' goddamn YouTube videos. I've watched them all.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah, but
like I'm
Was
one of
the
those guys. I've
no, I
watched
did
every
too.
single thing.
I did too, but Vault was the one who like Sleeping Comics was like learning for me was like learning about the actual comics themselves and stuff. But
Yeah,
Vault,
yeah, yeah.
like he was the one who taught you the tricks, like not just like getting on the rebound, but lots of stuff. I mean, he taught me everything,
Yeah.
and then I built upon that. And
And
man,
earlier on, it was like a game. We had to learn the tricks in
yes,
order to get
exactly.
stuff, in order to have an upper hand. And there was times now I'm okay. Now I don't care because everything seems a little bit more equal, a little
Right.
more equalized, right? Equal opportunity. But earlier on, I was like, I would get mad at people giving away tips and tricks. I'm like, no, dude, don't fucking tell them that. Like,
Right.
I know you want to be Mr. Nice Guy and shit, but fuck that, dude. Like,
That's like art, yeah, because it was money, right? Like it was real money.
yeah.
Or like
So
rebound.
earlier on, I've been to every single drop show in the VV Discord for 3 years now. Since I've been in it, I found the Discord and I've hit every single drop show since. I never missed a goddamn one. Uh,
Right.
and I started learning stuff in there, learning about rebounds. And I'm
Yep.
someone who I'm just sitting there learning. I'm not asking questions. How do you guys do that again? If people were
Just listen.
spreading alpha, I take it in. Oh shit, I heard that. What'd you say about rebounds? 4 minutes after the drop, didn't know anything about that. Oh, you guys use time.gov or whatever,
Yes,
time.is.
exactly
Oh, I
right.
didn't know anything about a timer on the internet. Let me get that. Oh, cool. Now I have a timer. Now I know how to do this. Thanks for that tip. But I'm not in there asking and going, hey, how'd you guys do the rebounds again? I missed it. I didn't hear it 100 times before you fucking said it. Like, how many times do I have to repeat it in a half-hour video how to fucking get it, right? But,
Those rebounds,
yeah,
though. Hey, you
man.
remember Clockgate? You remember that where you could like adjust the
I,
clock? Dude,
man, I was doing everything. Secret Rare Gate, 7 seconds
yep,
before whatever the fucking
yep,
thing, go out, come back in. I did it
yep.
all, and almost none of it worked. So
Yeah, but that rebound. So I didn't even know about the rebound, and I just started dating Shelby Cobra, and she came over, and it was the C3PO R2D2, and like I noticed something the day before when I would keep trying to refresh, something weird happened at a certain time. So I'm like, I didn't get the thing, but I just kept on refreshing the page and I got the rebound. I didn't know when it was. I didn't realize until a little bit later when I started watching Vault a month later what was going
hmm
on. But I knew something interesting was going on when I'd refresh the page. So luckily I got the C3PO. The only thing I was dumb not to sell it at 5,000. I still have it and it's at like 115, right? So I mean, there we go. You live and you
See,
learn.
the problem with that, yeah, and the people who actually get mad at that stuff, like the hindsight of it all, you
Mm-hmm.
can't get angry at hindsight.
No.
Hindsight is not a privilege. Hindsight will
Educational,
make you
right?
shoot yourself.
No, but it's educational. Like you learn not to do that again.
Not
Or
not to everybody. Why do you think you go on
that's true.
every gambling site or casino? If you have a gambling problem, please call
Well,
1-800. Like
true.
hindsight gets the people. Oh, if I would have just fucking waited one more hand, I would have fucking got it.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Right. Like
no, you can't think that
next.
way. It's all random, dude. Like, chill out. You didn't luck out this time. The the,
Right.
the the part you're mad at is that you spent all your money and you lost all your money. That's
Right.
what you're mad at. You're
That's
so
what a lot of
stupid
people
for giving your money away. If you can give your money away without it hurting you,
are.
you don't feel
Right.
bad for that.
I mean,
It's not the same thing.
I think I put in about 700. Right now I've got 2455 worth of gems, got 107 collectibles, 13 sets, and 197 comics. And you know I collect mints. So like that's the
Yeah,
floor
you put
value
the
that I
time
got.
in too. So
Yeah, I do.
you
I
put
put the
that time
time
in,
in.
dude. I see you with your neck fully down and you're on the
Dude, I
phone and there's a
know.
tablet. You put the time in.
Right. but I'm fucking screwing myself over with streams. It's not even it's almost not worth going for drops when I'm doing. But yeah, it's still like it's a lot of fun, man. When I remember the first 1-1-1-1 I got, I think I sold it for 10 gems. Of course, I could have gotten like 150 back then, but I didn't know. I sold it. I bought it for 7 and I sold it for 11. I was so excited. What a dumbass. But like even now you can still get more than that. So, but like I learned.
Yeah.
I learned
I get happy. I got poor man's brain. I've been poor my entire life. Like I gain $1, I'm happy.
I get it. I know my mentality.
It's $1 profit. I'm like, yeah, dude, that's $1 extra I did not fucking have yesterday.
People don't realize, and I know you had to, because I did it when I first started. Those making the first few gems and just making a couple gems and doing 50 sales, even sometimes 50 cents, 50. That's how you do it, and you build it up, and you go from 6 to 20 to 40 to 100.
Oh, I remember someone in I forget who it was. It's been a while, but someone in Kobe Collects community. She, I think maybe she put in like $10 or whatever, something minimum. And she played the flipping game, and she kept flipping comic books over and over again until she can get like, man, I forget what a partner statue.
Oh yeah, the partner statue for $333 or whatever it was.
And I was like, wow, maybe it was a Todd at the time. Something crazy. It's been a while, but it's about the flipping story. Someone put in a low amount of money, and their entire focus was, I'm gonna flip till I get what I want, and they did it. And I was like, wow, like. It took months, but they got
especially back then. So now, like, I can do it. Like, I can literally buy even the partner statue. I could buy that right now, and I have everything I wanted. But like, it eventually things were expensive. People don't remember that the Todd being at 15, 16,000, the partner being at 70,000, the Spider-Man, the secret rare. I mean, just like nuts. And they'll never see those prices again, but they can see very good prices. Not financial advice, but I do think there's reasons why those prices were crazy, but those things should be worth, if you got even 500,000 people back in this app, the stuff would be worth a lot more. So we just need more adoption, and maybe it is, you could do something with it. I don't know, but I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah. I don't see this stuff dying.
I don't either. Or at least some.
I can see companies dying. I recently seen a thing, crap. No, I shouldn't bring that up because I don't know too much about it. I just recently, I guess I'll just bring it up. Maybe someone saw it. Maybe you saw it. It was a clip because I didn't get to watch the podcast yet, but Elon Musk talking about NFTs and how they're not truly on the blockchain.
I heard about this. I didn't see it. So tell me whatever you got. I didn't see this.
That's why I said I shouldn't bring it up because I'm not blanking on everything I learned.
But I heard
that. Can't remember what he said.
I do remember. I remember reading something like it's not really on the blockchain. Is that because only numbers sit on the blockchain and not actual visual pieces, which have to be stored on a server or something like that? Something like that. Yeah. It's true. I've known about that, but yeah,
it's because the stuff really isn't real. It's just it's computer algorithms that make something look 3D, and there's nothing really attached to it. I don't know, something he talks weird. He's hard to decipher. He's like a Kanye, but a way smarter one.
Right. He's like a genius, right? Like he's
and if you've ever listened to like Kanye talk, like I talk like Kanye sometimes, or I think his way, and I think that's why people are turned off by the way he talks, or how his brain works, I should say.
How he hops around. He hops around.
He just and he can put 4 or 5 different ideas together into one idea, and if you keep listening, it forms into an idea. But if you have a low attention span and you can't remember something that somebody said 2 sentences ago, you're not going to be able to keep track of somebody like that, a highly creative like that. Right. And Elon Musk is like that. He's a highly creative in a sense, but the technological part, and he'll take in outside ideas. There's like videos of him talking to a guy in an interview, and the guy in the interview mentions a different way of doing a booster rocket or whatever. And he goes, you know what? That's actually a good idea. We didn't think of that. And next thing you know, he implements it in the fucking rockets, and it works, and it's better. And it's just because he had a conversation and actually listened to somebody who's nowhere near as smart as him.
Which is so right, which is so true. That's so funny though that you brought up the Elon Musk. Here's my thing: does it even matter? Like, I don't.
To me, it doesn't. No.
All
To
right,
me,
the
it's all
blockchain to
about
me is a
nothing
record.
matters.
It doesn't matter.
The
The
fucking
blockchain is a record.
yeah,
That's it. It's
yeah.
just a record. It doesn't matter. It's
The
still
the
a
basketball
JPEG, whatever.
yeah, the basketball player playing the basketball game on the TV is just as real as this NFT. Like you're never gonna
Right.
be in front of him. You're most likely you might get to touch it or feel him or her, whatever athlete it is. It's just like you're gonna make the bet on the athlete, but you're not gonna make the bet on a collectible. Like what do you like? Why are you getting on me for this? When everyone has their own little vice, and if it doesn't match up to yours, people get offended by that.
Right, exactly. Hey, by the way, we got Bruin 88 just popped in. Hey, it's good to see you. I just spotted
Bruin,
you. And
get your
Kanye.
coffee ready. You're about to laugh.
Yeah, I know, right? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it's still early for us East. Well, now I'm on East Coast for another few days, but yeah, like.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in the kitchen and grab my coffee. So
Yeah, go
keep
ahead.
talking.
Grab your coffee. Good to see you, Bruin. I mean, both of you guys are winners on all these contests. Bruin, even Daniel Marquez, he also wins. You guys are crazy. Indeed. There we go. 1,000% Ronnie. Yeah, I feel like as far as the collectibles, whether they're real or not, whether Elon thinks they're real or not, I don't think it matters. It only matters what we care about. And so, which is the community, right? That's basically what we like as a community. We like the collectibles, but it's about the community. So, whoops, sorry.
Yeah, I
Ronnie,
mean, I wouldn't be talking to you right now live on stream if it wasn't for getting into VB 3 years ago.
isn't that crazy? Like, I think of like everyone we're talking to, whether D in Hawaii or Osman in England or whoever else, all over the place. It's so cool, so cool. Hey, we got Drew here too. Good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by. Yeah, look at this. I love
So this piece, if you could see.
Yep, I can see.
Oh, camera, damn it! Hold on.
I could definitely
Got
see
some
it.
shadows going on. There we go. So this piece was done. I started this piece. K Collections. A lot of people in here know her.
Yep.
She started her sip and paint session in the VB Discord. And, it's just like any other type of sip and paint function where, a bunch of women usually get together and sip wine and paint.
Yeah, totally.
I was in there and the subject matter was the word boo. And, it's a guided painting session, grab your green paint, that type of stuff. You're going to put the B's going to be green, all that type of stuff. And so I finished this that day. And to talk about more like, fuck money or whatever, this piece of artwork I posted online on the Twitter. And I think she goes by Ms. Biscuits.
Yeah, I've seen that name.
Yeah, she does the 3D printed stuff.
Yep.
You could probably see that she's been doing like 3D printed Iron Man masks for everybody's Funkos.
Right, totally.
So she hits me up and she asks me, she's like, I'm actually very interested in that piece. I just had to have it as soon as I seen it. She's like, do you do any art trades? And I was like, actually, I don't typically do that when I need money. But for something like this, something I didn't think about painting, I just did it on a whim and just went with it and had some fun with it. I wasn't looking to get anything out of it. I was like, sure, let's entertain and offer. Like, what do you have? And as soon as she said that, I'm not gonna lie, like I was aware of her, but not well aware of her work. So really quick, after she asked that, I went on her site and snooped on her site for like maybe 5 minutes and looked through everything and all her work. And I was like, oh, I remember seeing a bunch of this stuff. And now this is her piece. I just have to ship it to her. We did a trade. I'm getting one of her 3D printed skeletons that she has designed and stuff. And I asked her if I was allowed to paint it, so I'm going to paint it myself. She said it was okay. So I'm going to paint it to look a little bit more RonnieLighto-esque and not just like all rainbow colors. But we did a trade, and so this will be hers, and I'm going to have one of her pieces.
Which is really cool because we were just talking about bartering and not spending all this money and all,
Yeah.
stuff. That's really cool. You get something you really love, and she's going to get something that she loves. That's cool. That's very cool. And
But like something like this, for instance, to think about doing a barter when I need cash, that's a lot different. Especially like I went through a couple tubes of paint already through this, and
I know you've done a lot. Yeah. By the way, anyone who's listening, if you do like this, he is selling it. He's trying to get 400. He's going to ship it. If you want to tip him a little extra, you can. And he hates me even just saying this. I know he hates talking about money.
That sounds so gross.
I know I get it, but and I've said this before. You have to eat, and everyone understands. And so, and I don't know if everyone's seen, but it glows in the dark, it's in the backlights. It's more than just this one painting you see here. It's actually really cool. But anyways, enough of that. If you guys are interested,
yeah, we could do that again.
Yeah, go pull that up. Yeah, this is so cool. I love this. But yeah, so if you're like it, or I know he'll even you can ask him to do stuff and he'll do stuff. So
oh yeah, dude, how do I shill? Go on my Instagram page at Conger Art.
Okay, wait, can you private chat that to me and I'll put in the chat because I'm
yeah. Let me go on my computer real quick.
Yeah. Go on your computer, private chat that. So, and then I'll get that out there. You guys can go see his Instagram stuff. Let's see. D saying his Sydney Opera House piece is fire. I mean, it's just everything I've seen is really good.
My Instagram is at Conger Art, but I do have a Twitter account attached to that, but I do not ever go on that account.
Okay. I got this here.
Like I don't post anything on the Twitter. Because my entire art career was started on Instagram and has been on Instagram since.
Is this let's see the link? Hold on, so why isn't that? There we go. All right, so that's your Twitter. So that's where they should go to get everything then?
No, Instagram.
Oh, why did it come up Twitter? Okay, hold on a second.
Because I do have a Twitter account.
Well, it came up under that. So if you go to Conger Art, that's where it will be, correct?
Yeah.
Just making sure ER Art.
That's where you'll see. I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4. It's either 6 or 7 murals I've done so far in my life. Large scale murals or big murals.
Here. I got it.
My goal is to paint a skyscraper.
How big is that going to be?
A skyscraper?
Yeah, on a piece of art, right?
as big as a skyscraper. Like the side of a skyscraper building I want to paint. Because if art goes where it goes, we're going to be painting skyscrapers in no time.
Well, I couldn't. You could.
No, I could. Yeah, I could.
Right.
Yeah, pay me the $200,000 to paint a skyscraper. I'll do it. All right, here we go.
All right. Look at that. Let me take my face off this. Yeah, I love it.
Oh,
you activated it. Is Instagram the best place to go for art? Is that because it's all based on pictures or so?
Yep, that's where it's been the hub for art for a while now. Getting into the YouTube art game is a little different, especially currently. I learned I was going to go live the other day on YouTube. I was like, let me do this live on YouTube thing, and I can't even do it until I have like 100 subscribers or some shit, and a certain amount of time or something allocated. I don't know what it is.
Oh, really?
But I was like, dude, that just turned me off right away. I was like, I guess I just have to make videos first and then get 100 subscribers, and then I can go live on YouTube. But I found out that I can go live on, X or Twitter, so that wasn't that bad.
Yeah, you can do that. Bruin saying BEX, formerly known as Twitter. I can't believe they changed that. It's stupid. It's different than Instagram. Elon Musk says he doesn't like Instagram and Rogan's podcast. LOL. Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah, he definitely doesn't. Yeah. But it's because it's owned by Facebook. So.
Right. But I guarantee Jack Dorsey isn't too happy with where Twitter has gone. But you know what? Whatever. It is
I
what it
would
is.
disagree. I would disagree. Jack Dorsey wanted free speech on Twitter
No. I'm
forever.
not saying that part. Like, I don't think like this. No, I'm not even talking about like any of that stuff with Elon and that controversial stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just surprised that like that baby he sold. Obviously, he was out of it before Elon Musk, but
Yeah.
I
He
just
was
can't
pushed out
believe-
for years ago.
Yeah. I mean, what a
And then you got the CIA or FBI attached to it and getting information and using it to push information. You find out that's not good.
yeah. Well, they're doing their
And that's what they do at
investigation.
Facebook and Instagram right now. Yeah, that's the whole controversy at the moment.
Well, we'll find. The good news is we'll find out. They're going to investigate it, and we'll see what really happened. And we'll go from there. But it's just all this stuff. I don't know how much Jack Dorsey got out of it, but not 44 billion. That's for sure, right? If he cares.
I'm sure he's still getting paychecks as we speak.
He gets that Cube money or Square or whatever. Yeah, he gets Square. That's
Square.
Square. Yeah. Look at that thing.
Which is an odd thing to attach yourself to, after PayPal has existed for years.
Right. And of course, that was Elon Musk, right? Well, and then he did something that, but he did very well. You might have even been on when I was talking about this, but, he did that with a friend in St. Louis and started that. So, I mean, maybe that's
yeah.
So.
Oh, right. It's probably, it's just...
It was just a fun little game.
Another tech guy did.
Let's just go make this little thing here, and all of a sudden, he makes another $4 or $5 billion. So yeah.
Oh, it's when he brought up that not another flamethrower. Do you remember that?
What was it? No.
It's called Not Another Flamethrower. Elon Musk brought that out. Remember? It was a flamethrower.
Yeah, right.
The flame gun or whatever. Yeah. He created that. He said, I had an idea. Oh, my thing's not working. He's like, I had an idea to make some money. He's like, how could I make some money? How could I make? I forget what it was, $1 million or something, or $10 million. And he's like, what you do is you make something that people want, and then you price it at the point, and blah blah blah. And he just broke it down easily, and his main goal was to make a certain amount of money with a product, and it ended up just being the stupid idea of a flamethrower, and we call it Not Another Flamethrower. And he sold them out instantly, and he made his money. And I forget what he needed to fund it for, or wanted to fund it with. But it's just, he just does that. It's just
that's pretty awesome. D's, and this is
he's too smart.
He's too smart, right? So D's asking this question, you might know, because I actually had the same question. Speaking of Instagram, is Threads thing still a thing? I heard about it for like 2 weeks straight, and then nothing. So I actually signed up for it. I'm like, oh, I gotta get it. And she's right. It just died off. Is it still a thing?
Yeah, not that I know of. You got everyone trying to push their own thing right now. You got everyone trying to go everywhere. That's why I think one of the main problems is with why people are like, why isn't there many people buying stuff on Vivi? If you're like me and you're paying attention on all the platforms, you got the DC Palm, and you got HRO, and you got Cryptoys, and then you have Almon X, and then you have there's a couple more in there somewhere that I'm missing.
Palm DC, HRO,
but
Almon,
if you notice, the Vivi community of the past, the OGs of the Vivi community, me, you, a bunch of other people, we're now dispersed into a bunch of other programs or projects.
Right.
That's where the money's going. We're all funding all these platforms.
So true.
The Vivi community is pushing these platforms.
We're always, so you've got the people who are, I hate comparing like this real collectors and not being able to sell. I think collectors can sell and upgrade, but you're right. Like the space, everyone's looking for that next big thing. And like for me, that's why I like Cryptoys, because there's no money involved right now, right? Like that's actually, I know a lot of people like that aspect. I like that because it takes out that emotion, right? Like now I can get emotional if I get a secret, an autograph. That's it.
The only people who get mad at that are the people who are trying to chase the special character you get for collecting them all.
Yes, totally, totally.
Those are the only ones that are kind of fudding over, that there's no marketplace and you can't do trading. Well, if they would have never said you can get a special one, no one was like hurrying to try and collect them all.
Right, and then all of a
Everyone
sudden,
was just like, "This is cool. I'll take this. I got a cool one." Yeah, and now they drop this, this information that they're trying to sell more cubes with, and I understand marketing. This is how it works.
totally
Create another product that people want to chase, and they'll buy the other stuff, the lower tier stuff, to get the good thing. And that's the only people to get angry at it. Is just the ones who are trying to chase that in a sense. But if you really don't care, $40 for a cool character that you might be able to play in a video game in the next year or so might be
then there
something
you go.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I will say, because I was doing a stream with DB Crypto. So he said on the Yodas, I think he said 192 grails. I think he said only 9 altar grails of those Yodas. And I, luckily, when we did the unboxing, I did get the altar grails Star Wars Volume 2, but what I really needed was the Pluto Legendary to get the grail Mickey. And he told me at the time, before I got mine, there were only 35. Now I'm going to get the grail, and there's 36 of them. He said there were only 2 altar grails. So can you imagine how rare that is? So,
Yeah. I watched today. So there's a community member in the VV Discord. His name is Jaco. I hope he's not angry if I spell out his name here out in public. But he's kind of like a secret whale in the community, and not too many people know about. He's somebody who just hit his 11,000th comic book on VV.
Oh, you're kidding me! Wow.
Yeah, and I don't even know what else he has in the vault, but he was opening up Cryptoys cubes today in the Discord live for us, and he had 77 unopened cubes he can open, and like over 300 some characters or collectibles he's opened so far. And I was watching him. He pulled 2 Ultra Grails on the stream in front of us.
You're kidding me. That's really good for 77. I because a lot of people have to buy like 300 to get, like, not even.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right. Yeah. So that's the unopened ones that he got. He recently got airdropped. He didn't open up yet.
Oh, wow.
And so he just recently bought in. I don't even know how many more it's for this next sale. So he's going to be waiting for this next sale airdrop too. But man, he was opening up so many, and it was just cool because with us, for the most of us in this little community, we get to like open up 3 or 4, here and there. We kind of, I watch you guys trying to spread it out thin to like other streams and stuff.
Content, right,
but he was like, let's just open up fucking 20 cubes right now. It doesn't matter. I have 60 more to go, and 140 more coming tomorrow or whatever. It's just like,
do you know how much fun I'd have?
See that.
Yeah. To open like 50. I'm like, I'll open 5. By the way, D's saying collectors can sell, sellers can collect. It's sad when people get judged or bashed on, based on their collector level. And she's saying, in her opinion, I agree. Like, and if you look at Sleeping Comics, he'll sell stuff to get something bigger, but maybe he needs to sell stuff to actually pay himself back because he just spent a ton of money on these collectibles. That's okay too.
Yeah.
And no reason to judge people for that. And you need them in this market anyways to keep things moving.
The only people, you ever notice the only people that get judged are the outspoken?
Yeah, right. Exactly, right.
The people who don't get judged are the ones fucking hiding behind their fucking computer, typing the shit on the computer.
Little keyboard
like,
warriors,
fuck you, you fucking don't know what you're doing, you're wasting your money, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, they already bought in and sold, like they bought in way more than I ever have.
Totally.
Or you ever have.
Yeah.
And that's why they're angry, and that's why they're out. And then they start judging other people for doing something that doesn't line up with their beliefs or their ideas, and that's where that comes from. Now, I can do that too. I could do that straight here on camera or whatever, but I don't have the time or the mentality. I don't have the mentality to go online and type out that kind of stuff. Yeah, every time I even try it, I look like I sound like an idiot. Like if I were to type out words I'm saying right now live on camera, how you can hear I'm saying them, how I inflect my voice and my cadence and all that stuff, and the smirk on my face every time I hit a certain note.
Yep.
You can't get that in text, so I take all that out. I'm not one of those guys. I will never go on there and start fudding and venting and wah this and wah that. I'm a
That's what I
grown
don't
man,
get.
so I'm gonna
The
cry
little,
like a little bitch.
yeah, with the little criers, and then they get nasty because I got really upset at people that were getting nasty on streams with people, and it's like
Yeah.
I think they
If you're gonna open your
realize,
mouth, take the shit, you know?
yeah,
If you're gonna open up your mouth, like if
yeah,
you can't
like
enjoy
show
the
your
joke coming
face.
back at you,
I just want to see their face because you know the reality. We're a pretty decent sized community, and yes, people will push you out. Like I'm not one to get scared. I know, like I'm being a keyboard warrior. If I'm like, oh, I'll kick your ass, but I'll tell you what, some of these fucking people, I'll fucking go find them. I really with some of the stuff that was
no,
said.
even that stuff, you don't even need that in your head either.
No, you don't. But some of the stuff started getting, racist and religious and all this. Some of the stuff that was said with these Cryptoids people.
It always
And
does.
yeah,
It
and I'm like,
always does.
that this is where it ends, people.
That's all they got. When they turn it into that stuff, when you turn it into the easy target, I remember this one time I got in a heated discussion with a work employee, like 10 years ago or whatever, working there, and he was a big guy and an obese guy, like I'm talking 400 pounds,
Oh wow, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But he was a really good salesman, and he had a football history, so he was really strong to begin with. Just ended up becoming fat and obese. Had obviously an eating problem. But man, I got heated at him one day at work, and I remember reflecting on this after. And he was yelling at me, I was yelling at him. If he wasn't a huge guy, it could have become fisticuffs. But I'm not a Cobra Kai guy. I don't strike first, right? You strike first, and then I take you down on the ground as a wrestler, and then we play the game from there.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to stand up here and play the game, but I'll go down there and play the game.
Yeah, that's where you win. That's where you win.
But we were getting in a fight, and I unleashed the no word, the not even a no word, just a child rage word, which was, "You're a fat piece of shit."
Oh, right.
Where it's like, you're so, like, just calling him fat and stuff. That's all I had left, right?
Right.
Obviously I had a problem with the idea. I couldn't just talk it out. My knowledge surpassed me or something, and I just ended up lashing out. And that's, it happens, right? But I just remember back on that day, just thinking, I used the easiest thing on him. That's all I had on him. The only ammo I had on this guy was that he was fat. The book cover judgment, and I was like, that's so petty. Like, it just made me realize he's such a good guy,
right?
That all I had on him was that he was fat, and that's it.
Right.
So
that was the thing you could get.
Calling him fat, it was like, obviously he's been called fat his entire fucking life. That's not going to get him. First of all, like, big fucking whoop, I'm fat. I already know. So you didn't hurt my feelings, first of all. Second of all, I do this to myself. You don't think I look in the mirror, and think I'm fat myself already? Like, you're not hurting my feelings. I do that myself every day in the morning. So just learning that lesson of just like fucking, like, hear the guy out, or take his knowledge in. Like, everybody has a say. Just listen to them, and if they do have their feelings hurt, they're just take the bigger route and just give them that virtual hug, if you can. Like, let them vent. If they're angry, let them vent, but don't fucking call they're now hillbillies, or they're racist, or it's just like, why did you go? You don't have to go there. This person obviously has a problem, and they're lashing out verbally in text form. Just let it be. Like, don't put the, what's it called? Put more gasoline on the fire type thing.
No, you're absolutely right, and it's hard. It's hard, and even for me, like, one of the guys, and he's actually apologized, and I helped him a lot, I think, on the side. And all
wait, we're talking about something specific? I was just in general.
No, in general, no, we're not talking. No, I get in your general, but I'm going back to where I was going before, with just
okay.
Space, But you're right, like, especially as creators, we just got to let it. Like, I can take personal things. Like, I don't care what people say about me, but this was attack on somebody else, and that really got to me. Like, I want to protect everyone, but it's stupid. It really is stupid, because it's going to get me killed one of these days. So you got to think about it too. We're in the beginning stages of something that might be really huge in the future. And we just all happen to be friends now and building these little communities. Like you're saying, we're a small, tight-knit community, so to speak. We're like, I don't know, let's say
3,000 strong.
I was just gonna say that number.
Right?
It sounds about right to
Like,
me. Yep.
that's a very small number. That's a very small
It's a
community.
very
Not
small
too many. You can't take over a country with 3,000 people, right? So
I hope not.
we're all just getting mad at our brothers and sisters, right? Our fathers and mothers. That's all we're doing is getting mad at our family,
Right.
and that's why it hits hard. You're like, oh, I've been watching you for 3 years, and now I fucking hate you, and you're in this limelight of 3,000 strong, and it feels like you're a huge celebrity, and in this tight small community, it does feel like that. We are watching our favorite celebrity talking on shilling or doing their VV shows and all that stuff. These are our heroes and our role models. Like, or else we wouldn't come back and watch them, right? I have other things I could watch all fucking day instead of you guys, right? But I love the way everyone talks. I like the way most of these people, everyone's brains work in this community, and it's very cool. And we're very close to that right now. And because it feels like it's getting smaller and smaller because people are leaving.
Right.
Now all we're doing is I'm gonna lash out at my grandpa now in the community. Like, come on,
you're right.
man. Like,
no, you're right. And there, like you said a little bit ago, there's something else usually going on. Like something else maybe in that person's life too. It's not always just this. And it just gets to them, and so they're just like you said. They're just like, we need to look
and
at.
Some people are hardwired to receive that type of feedback on purpose. They are looking for that feedback. They almost, when it doesn't start happening, if they, let's say someone since they were a kid were growing up, and they get bashed all the time or bullied all the time, and they never do something about it. Well, what if it stops and now you expect it to happen and it never happens? Well, your brain's hardwired for that, and now you're now looking for that dopamine drip of when I used to get heated up and my adrenaline was rushing at 9 p.m. every day. How the fuck do I get that back? How do I get that back? Oh shit! You know what? I'm gonna go write something fucking stupid on Twitter real quick, so I look like even more like an idiot. But I don't care really, because I'm looking for that. I want people to start calling me out and bashing me so I can get that.
No, you're right, and that's why a lot of people say ignore.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like Bruin's saying is that but there are psychos out there and they really don't know who they're messing. But that's true too. And he's saying he's seen them in my chats and stuff like that. But
everyone's psycho, man. We're all human. We're built to become psycho when we fucking need it. Push me in the corner, I'll become psycho.
I just think a lot.
Give me all the space in the world.
Well, it's true, but I can tell you now, a lot of the creators, after and even what happened last week in general, and with the Cryptoids, and I even saw somebody, with Kyle Wilson today, the creators are just saying, fuck it. I'm going to just, I'm going to block you. My friend, who's a big streamer, he gets a lot of stuff. He's like, fuck it. I just block them. And, if they interact with me, then they just made me more money. So I
block people. I block people. I see a pattern of that happening. I block them real quick. I block them like all the porn stars that are trying to get into my DMs.
I hate that crap. I mean, it doesn't happen that often, but I've had people even join and you got to kick them off. But that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, this is why I stay off Facebook. Like every time I go on Facebook, I'm like, I got 20 new friend suggestions. Like, what the hell? Or friend requests. I mean, not suggestions. Like,
don't even use Facebook.
I don't use anything. And it's basically pump and dump. Like, I have a piece of artwork. Let me go dump it on Instagram real quick, and then I don't stay on there and linger and go read comments and all that type of shit.
By the way, you didn't do the Nike drop, did you?
No.
See, that was the one, and I didn't want to spend the money because it was just crazy.
Yeah.
But I got that adrenaline rush, so I didn't have to say stupid shit online. I was like, I haven't felt this adrenaline rush in a long time, and literally everyone got it if they wanted, but it did sell out pretty quickly. But yeah. I really do miss that adrenaline rush. I miss the buy button. I hate this. I like the wait list for most things, but I wish they'd bring back the buy button. Oh, I'd love it.
Was I on camera?
No, I didn't. No. Whatever you're doing.
Okay. Oh my God, I'm a fucking idiot.
No, I don't know what you're doing. If you were shaving somebody's bones or something.
Yes, I was shaving bones.
No, you were not on camera.
I'm becoming so. This is becoming so normalized. I'm
I know we have to be careful. I'm at home. If I saw something bad, I would have just removed it from the screen. But no, nothing.
Ronnie, why are you grinding something up?
Yeah, I know what you're grinding, and I wish I was there to see it. But It sounded like you were, doing some woodwork or something. So,
Yeah.
Bruin saying
Standing
I'm
a
tired.
frame.
Yeah, exactly. Bruin saying I'm tired of trying to educate people that act like idiots all the time. And D's laughing at what you were doing. And then he said, I'm older, smarter, and been around. This is Bruin. I've always been a nice guy, but don't take my kindness as a weakness. Thank goodness we don't see that much nowadays. And I know at least he says, and I believe he's a big, tall guy, strong guy. So probably don't want to mess with Bruin 88. Don't want to mess with RonnieLighto either. So I really don't want to mess with D. D will fuck you up. So I know
Yeah.
D will totally F you up.
Look
So
at that. And she's got the mom strength mixed in with climbing tree strength for her entire life.
She will.
You don't want to mess with
that. Cobra, Shelby Cobra will fuck me up too. I can tell you that. And if I really act bad, she said she's got a tree to bury me under. So she's got like a whole plan for me if I fuck up. So you got to be careful. All right, so I'm going to go in on your painting, guys. This is the painting Ronnie's working on, and if you are interested, we may even do another little stream later. I wasn't expecting it to be up this late, but this seems really cool. It's got texture. He's selling it, so if you're interested, he's asking $400 and that's shipped. If you want to tip more, great. But it's really cool. It's also got like hidden paintings through the black light and the glow in the dark. He's actually been working on this for a little while because he started. God, the stream we did, it was over a month ago. You were working on this.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, I can work on it when I can.
Yeah, no,
it's just one of those things. I got so many other things going on. I had to get these budget lists taken care of and emails, and that shit takes a lot of time for me.
Oh yeah, well, it takes a lot of time for everyone.
I'm like I'm self-taught here. Everything I do is self-taught. I don't know anything about business, marketing, all that stuff. It's all, if I watch a YouTube streamer or something do something, I'm like, there's something I can like do, and I do that. Like, it's the best I can do. I don't have any knowledge in anything other than learning.
You learn. That's the way. You know what? I bought into a franchise, but I also went to college, which I feel like was a complete waste of time. Buying into a franchise and learning everything and running a business, that was the best education I ever got. Just learning, literally being thrown to the wolves. You think with a franchise you should learn everything, but you don't. There's so much you have to learn, and just learn.
Dude, yeah, learning's never over. If you think you're ever gonna be I learned everything, I'm the smartest guy in the room. You're now the fucking dumbest guy in the room if you ever say that.
Right. It's so true. By the way, Bruin's saying I've been to hundreds of fights. I trained with big, well-known guys. I was known as a sleeper. I was not. So now I'm even more scared. And look at his picture there.
I'm a runner, baby. You start messing with me, I book. The last time I got jump scared the fuck out of me, like 2013. I remember the year. The guy pushed my tooth in and everything. This one, and I just got blindsided. I got jumped. I even think I got coaxed into it. I was walking home from a Christmas party. This was like December 27th or something, in my neighborhood in Cleveland. I was wearing I was like, I had my get up on, right? Like I had $150 pair of pants made from France or something, or Italy. I had a $100 t-shirt on, and I had my shoes on, and I had a Christmas hat on, and I'm really, really white, if you noticed. And I live in a black dominated area. So I was walking in the neighborhood, my neighborhood. I was going to walk home. I was a little tipsy, of course, but there was this distraught female walking around on crutches, and you think you can help me? Yeah, and when I look back on it, yeah, I'm just like, I'm kind of drunk. I'm just trying to be nice and just get home. I'm not that drunk. I was drinking.
Right.
But I was like, sure. She's like, I'm going to the store. You think you can help me? It's hard to walk in these or some shit. And I grab her crutches, and she had a cast on. So unless it was fake, I don't know. But I hoisted her, I piggyback ride her, rode her, and I walked her to the store. And as I put her down, gave her crutches, I turned around, bam, got punched right in the face. Didn't see it coming at all. Thought I was in like, oh, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year mentality. Like I'm having a good time. I just did a good deed, and then I get popped in the
You get
fucking face. And luckily, I'm not like, I'm not a little punk or anything, but like,
right.
I'm just luckily that they didn't knock me out with that first punch, right? Because who knows what could have happened.
Right. Then you can at least now do something.
I could have been on the ground. They could have been stopping me. Who knows, right? So they got that one. He got that one punch in, and I stumbled back a little bit. I was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "I'm used to this. Like, what the fuck? Well, let's get ready to go." And there was two other guys then approaching. So then it's now 3-on-1. Not happening, right? So I just booked out of there. Now at this time, with that one punch, he pushed my tooth back, busted my lip open. I was bleeding everywhere, and I go back to the party I was at, and one of my friends' their dad was there partying, and I walk in, I'm gushing blood, and I go, "Oh, I just got jumped," and he was drunk too. I don't know what I think he had a problem with me because he knew me. He's known me since I was like a kid in grade school from the neighborhood, right? So I'm thinking it just all the history came up or something, and he started pushing me out the house. Now I'm like just looking for refuge at this time. Like it's cold outside, I'm bleeding, I just got jumped, I feel like shit. I'm looking for refuge. I'm coming back to the people I was just with. And he pushes me outside, and he goes, as he's pushing me outside, I hear him whisper in my ear, and he goes, "Go back and do something about it, you pussy."
No,
right?
You're kidding.
Well, I'm being pushed off the stairs, and I'm hearing this, so I'm getting more and more heated. Like, you know what? You're fucking right. I should do something.
Right,
so I whip off my t-shirt, and I grab a weapon, and I start walking back up to this bar where these guys are at, and they're all standing outside, right? And I'm going, "You fucking motherfuckers, let's go, motherfuckers!" And I'm yelling, and I got my shirt off, I got my tats blaring, ready to go. I'm peacocking, right? And all of a sudden, I just see one guy lift up his shirt, and he grabs the thing out the belt and goes,
Oh, wow. You're like, all right, I'm not ready for this.
And I booked back. And the worst part of that story is as I booked back and I go back to my friend's house, the cops were there. They called the cops on me, my friends.
Oh, you're kidding me. What?
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy, so I ended up going home, but that was the last time I got into some altercation where I was like,
you gotta be careful.
I'm too old for this shit, man.
You never know. I mean, I get like road rage and shit, and it's like, yeah, you never know.
You know why you get road rage?
Because I'm fucking nuts.
No, I mean scientifically though, like the brain.
I mean,
it activates the lizard part of the brain, right? So the part. So it's like high speeds, right? The human brain's not built for anything above like horse speeds, right? We're kind of our brain can only take in that fast of speed and information as a threat. So we start going 60, 70, 80 miles an hour, and we got all these people doing the same thing. We're in a high alert. You're just like threat everywhere. So as soon as somebody does something that threatens your life, you're in high alert, and you're just like, "You motherfucker, you fucking, how dare you cut me off?" And if you could just zen that out and go, "You know what? Nothing actually happened. There was no accident. They used their turn signal. It was just a little close. What am I so angry about?" If you can activate that part and calm yourself down while you're driving is such a wonderful experience at that point. Nothing gets you angry.
Well, I mean, it happened to me tonight in Orlando. I'll tell you that. I had to get over. I got over to the right lane, thing was going. I got back in, and the guy got pissed off, and he fucking sat on my ass, and I fucking brake checked him. And I'm like, dude, I'm like, fuck that. He comes to the side of me, and he's all yelling, and like, I just fucking went right behind him. I'm like, if this guy has a gun, I'm making a shot. I don't fucking care because I'm gonna fucking do it. And then he puts his like windshield wipers on to spray my whole car. I'm like, you fucking loser.
I love that move.
Right?
I love that move.
You could have thrown like a brick at the car. It would have made me happier. But it was just
I had an overly ambiguously asshole car back in the day. My 97 Grand Prix, I had the fucking aluminum spoiler on the back. I had 18-inch wheels. It was lowered. I had yellow stickers all over it, yellow calipers. The whole interior was painted. Sound system that was louder than anybody in the neighborhood within like a 20-mile radius. I spent a lot of money on my sound system, and people would just the rage you would get out of people with the windshield wiper fluid, like, "Oh, he's got a nice car behind me. It's looks brand new and washed." Like, oh man, I just watched this thing for 4 hours. You fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, well,
Or
I
you go
wasn't in
under
a
a
nice
bridge and it
car.
drips a little bit of water.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, oh, I was on my way to the car show. What the fuck?
There's so much.
That's the stuff that gets me angry.
It's just all the drive. So I changed my rules about 10 years ago, maybe a little less. I said, if somebody puts their fucking turn signal on, I'm letting them in. Like, I'm going to be the nice guy. Like, I'm not going to be a dick like I used to be. But I still get pissed off with the shit. If somebody gets on my ass, or you're not, I will get in. Like, I'm that aggressive of a driver. Like, I get in 99% of the time. Like, people that can't even believe how I just slip my ass in there. But
well, I always say nobody wants to get in an accident, so you can always pull off some shit. Nobody wants to slam into somebody. So
that's so true, man. Like, you can really, like, I will get right on them. We're like a half an inch away from hitting them. I'm like, fuck it. You want to hit me? Hit my piece of shit car. I don't care.
I've been hit before, and I've hit people before with my car.
So
I had one time I fell asleep at the wheel and slammed into the back of somebody sitting at a red light. I was doing about 35 miles an hour, passed out, slammed into them, pushed them through the red light as I'm waking up, going, "What the fuck just happened?" And they drove away.
Are you serious?
They drove away. I think they were drunk.
They were drunk. They were.
But my car was destroyed.
Oh really? Yeah,
oh, yeah. I drove it home though, full front end. The fucking headlights are pointing down and everything.
Yeah,
I drove it home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, but yeah, and I'm alive, not a fucking scratch, dude.
Decent driving. Oh no, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, I bought a 1972 Ford LTD one year, right?
Wow.
This was gonna be my winter beater because I put my Grand Prix away, right? And I bought this thing for like $2,000. I got it off the guy for it. And I never drove a 1970s car ever.
Never, right?
So, and this thing was, and if you ever look this thing up on the internet, this thing's fucking
I've seen
huge,
it before.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like the bonnet, the front bonnet, the hood, where the engine's at.
Yeah.
I'm speaking in British terms. And that's, I think even the trunk is the bonnet or something. Huge though. This car was huge, but built out of full steel, no airbags or anything. So I'm driving this thing on the freeway. I'm coming down what's 480 bridge over here in Ohio, Cleveland, and it's a little bit of snow's falling as I'm driving this thing. I never drove a 1970s car forever until 2 weeks ago when I bought this thing, and I definitely never drove it when it was snowing outside. So now I understand how people were driving cars in 1970. I don't know how the fuck they got around.
It was by luck, right? Like, is that
I think so.
Is that a rear wheel drive car too?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, so that's fucked up. No, you can't. I cannot imagine.
So I'm driving. Yeah. I'm doing normal car speeds, 60 miles an hour or so, right? And I'm coming back from wherever the fuck I'm coming back, and this thing just the rear end fishtails out. And I'm at 60 going, I'm not, I practice drifting and all that stuff. I have a little bit of practice in it, right? So I know how to handle a car a little bit. So this thing starts going this way. I'm like, and then I overcorrect it and I start going all the way across the entire 4-lane highway towards the other side of the bridge. I'm on a bridge, remember, a bridge. Oh,
crap.
I could go over this fucking thing if it wasn't built so good.
Right.
So yeah, falls like I think it's like 600 feet or something down, even more, something like that. So like I almost go over there and I come back. I fix that, overcorrect that, and come all the way across the other 4 lanes again to the other side and slam into that wall so fucking hard that the entire front end was pushed all the way up until the windshield, because the windshield was cracked in the entire front. Right. Yeah. I wake up. It's right before I hit the wall. I remember blacking out, and that's it. And I remember waking up. This is why till this day I still think I died, and I woke up on another timeline. You just die and you keep waking up, right? In another timeline, you never really. It just seems seamless, but it's not. Like, who knows? Right. Yeah, exactly. So you got the cars are they don't have the separations in the middle, right? They don't have the center columns. So I was literally on the floor. My head was on the passenger side, I was just down there. I wake up. I go, what the heck happened? The car's still trying to move forward.
Oh, you're kidding me.
So I had to turn the car off because I couldn't push the gears because the car was fucking.
Yeah,
It was
totally
destroyed.
done.
And I get out of this thing, and the rear end is still sticking out in the fast lane, and cars are coming. And they're missing me, right? And I'm wearing this bright lime green button down shirt, right? I was like flamboyant back then, and I'm not gay. I was just like to wear bright
It probably
colors.
saved your life too. Probably saved
Yeah, I
your
think
life.
so. I'm like, yeah, and people are like,
Right.
and I had to run away because people were going to crash, and they were going to crash into me. I had to get out. Had to get out of the way, and the cops showed up right away, and they took care of everything, and I got to go home and shit. But man, not a scratch on me.
Lucky.
Nothing.
Totally.
Nothing.
But yeah, Mo was talking about his little accident, which was
Yeah. When I hear those stories, I go,
yeah.
what the fuck, dude?
Especially
That's
a
what makes me-
72. A 72 that does not have crumple zones, right? There's no like that's a piece of metal.
That's why that thing saved me. That's what saved me. All that steel.
Right? All that steel.
I'm not gonna lie. If that was a modern car, I would have been fucking something would have been done. It would have been gone.
Man. Well, good thing you survived that, and you survived not getting
Yeah.
shot by that guy at the fight.
Yeah,
right?
those are just three. Those are just three incidents. I'm no Kryptonian or anything, but those are just three incidences.
Yeah, but that's why you have to be careful with even fighting, and especially like in St. Louis, where you don't even need a license to carry. So you can just people are doing it all the time.
That's why I hated. I'm not somebody who. I don't like get wheezy or anything, or like I can watch somebody get in a fight or something, or we've all watched a beheading video or something, right? Like it doesn't. I can take it in. Just no, I don't want to keep watching it, right? I don't keep looking for it, right? But if I see it, I'm not. I can.
You're not.
I can almost shut off the part of the brain that, like, people are like, I can't eat food now after watching that. And I'm like, I don't have a stomach like that. Like I could watch surgery and fucking eat.
Right.
Well, I forgot what I was going to say.
What I was to say is the beheadings where it stops for me. That will actually I've
like
actually watched one. That's fucked up.
World Star hip hop videos, like I can't watch those because all the time somebody's getting hit after they're already snoring on the ground.
Right.
And they're getting hit again and again. And I'm like, man, that's savage. Like, you already fucking won, dude.
Yeah,
like, you should be walking away and trying to get out of there, not keep going. Like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's what scares me about fighting. And everyone now is an MMA fighter, right? Everyone.
It's true.
Everyone,
so true.
Everyone watched an MMA arm bar, and now everyone's an MMA fighter. They can do an arm bar, so they know MMA, right?
Well, Shelby Coper, her cousin, really is MMA. He's not anymore. He really is.
A lot of people are now. Thank God.
No, they are.
Good.
Her cousin is fucking like he's badass. And he teaches the police how to disarm people. I mean, that's how good he can disarm a gun from somebody. He's MMA, like just total fucking badass. Like I wouldn't, he's not the biggest guy.
That's what we need more of.
We do, right? Like
that's why the whole defund the police thing. Defund the police it's a stupid phrase. It was so dumb to me. Like, what do you mean defund the police? Like, no, we need better cops. That's what we need.
Right. That's exactly right.
We need cops. We need less fat cops. We need more training all the time, like retrain every year, maybe every month. They don't have that. Cops don't have that. Who has that? The military has that, though. They keep going back. They keep retraining. They keep in shape. They keep that mentality there. The cops don't. They get lazy and they get their tenure or whatever the fuck it's called, and they just they get settled into the job. Don't get settled into that job. That job's crazy. Don't ever get settled into that job. You should be on high alert all the time.
I would be absolutely like if I was on the street.
That's why we got to give them credit too. Got to give a cop more credit because that's the shittiest fucking job on the planet.
It's not.
And to even think about I'm going to go do that job, like much respect. Like seriously,
I have total respect.
All you do is talk to people lying to you all day. How fucking fun is that?
Their impression of people is so skewed because they only see bad people. Just like if we just watch the news, right? If we just watch the news, we think this world is the scariest place. It can be scary, but it's really not as bad. But it is scary. It is scary.
We're on a rock doing this in the middle of nothing. It's scary.
Like we think about I always think about like, oh, in 200 years, people won't even know VV. Nobody will like NFTs, maybe nothing. If
They
they're
won't.
even here,
You're right.
like
They won't.
they won't know the movies. Like, okay, maybe they'll know one Elvis song and one Beatles song. Like they're going to be just in a whole different level than we are right now. They'll be like those fools kind of we think 500 years ago, right? Like, those
same
Neanderthals,
thing,
right? So
nothing's here forever, man.
I know it's not. And we, like you said, we're just on the spinning rock,
But I'm not going to lie. Yeah. If Tom Conger, my real name, Tom Conger, not RonnieLighto people, goddammit. if Thomas Conger makes it on for 2,000, 3,000 years like the name Jesus does, that would be awesome to me.
That would be cool.
The greatest. That's the greatest feat ever. Imagine that's all Jesus was trying to do, just be popular.
Just trying to get his name right.
He won. He fucking won, dude.
That's funny though, but even if you're there, right? Like even all that stuff isn't going to last for, like, it's just crazy. Like, or they rename a highway after 52 years. Like they're like, fuck, I got my name out there, but those fuckers changed it because somebody else came through. Right?
Yeah. It's called Bone Thugs and Harmony. What now? What the fuck?
Right. Who are those? It's the first of the month. What are you talking about? Right?
Wake up.
Right. That's funny. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Hey, what time is it now? I haven't looked at a clock in a while.
It is. Oh, I keep my computer set at Central, but it's actually 3:40. So I'll probably go for another 20 minutes here.
Okay, cool.
And then wrap things up. Yeah, Bruin's saying, everyone knows how to fight because they trained with so and so, whatever. They don't know until they really. Yeah, that is true. Like, it's actually been a little while since I've been in a fight. So I have been in
fights. That's a good thing.
That is a good. No, that's a great thing. But
that's a great thing.
The only thing that like somebody like you or me and our size that have maybe even just a little skill, just a tad. Like, look, I realize there's a fucking lot of people that can kick my ass, but I'm gonna fucking damage them. I'm gonna damage them. I mean, unless they shoot me, right? Like, so that's the thing. When adrenaline takes over, that can be your friend, right?
That's what you got to always. That's the part of the fighting that you always have to keep at the forefront.
You can't discount
how to get out of the situation. How to get out of the situation, not get into the situation.
Well,
I don't want to win. I don't want to win. I want to live.
Your Secret Service, right? Your job is to get the person out alive, not to fight.
Yeah.
Right? Your job, if you have to engage, you engage, but your goal is to get away, right? Absolutely. Are you going to do a trick for us? Hold on. Let me go closer to you.
No, I'm just
okay. I'm fascinated with whatever the hell you're doing right here. Is that what the hell is that? Is that a trick? That's like my dad's. That's my dad's like gerbil thing he has. That's not real, but it's like a magic trick. Make it look.
Oh, you have one of those?
He has. My dad has one of those. Yeah. He totally does.
I know what you're talking about. Those are very funny.
It's only 12:40 for Bruin. Yeah, he's lucky PST people. 9:40 for D. Wow, it's only 9:40 p.m. I don't know how you do it, D. I do not know how you're just up all the time. And you have to deal with their
That's a mom. She's a mom.
Like, yeah, true. You have to, I was gonna say our American hours. You have to deal with the stupid 48, our hours out here. It's ridiculous. Yeah. Don't fight BE, don't do it. It's not worth it. And Shelby Cover's always like, chill out. Like when I was on I think I might have said this on stream. I was on a flight. So I wasn't worried about guns, and this guy's like starting to start shit on the flight, and like I'm ready to get out and grab this guy because he was being really uncool to the stewardess, and I'm like, what's the worst that he's gonna punch me in the face? Okay, that's fine, but I'm gonna stop him if I can because this isn't cool. But I do need to be a little bit less, I need to just slam desks. I need to stick with slamming desks, and that's it.
No, man, I used to do that too. I used to punch inanimate objects all the time when I got angry.
Right.
It's just all it did was mess my hand up.
That's true. Well, I like the interaction between the item, like putting a dent in a desk or a file.
Yeah, dude. I used to punch like stoves and shit.
Yeah. I want something that has a little bite back. Like maybe it doesn't give too much, right? Like it just it doesn't totally collapse from my fist. But yeah, there's just this moments that like you get so angry you just want to damage yourself. Like
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't even know how to explain it. It's like
that's what Casey BMW does to me when he gets my fucking snipe. I mean, I swear, there's so many, and I don't do it as much, but man, like back in the day when you literally were losing thousands of dollars because you missed it, trust me, I didn't care what happened to my hand. My fist was going through the damn file cabinet because I knew I just lost something that I could have made a couple grand on. So, you know, these days I'm only losing a few gems. It's not worth as much. So unless you get that secret. Ooh, we got something going on. Ooh, he gets the smoke out of the cards, people. Okay, hold on. Let me show us a trick here. I'm gonna go to the solo.
no.
No tricks. You're just gonna do these little like soothing ASMR movements.
I can't look at myself in the camera. I can't do a trick.
Okay, all right. I got you. I got you. That's for another day. For another day. I gotta decide. Do you do the Palm DC comics or anything? In fact, I'm just if you see me looking away, I'm just looking this up real quick because there's one tomorrow.
Yeah, the last one I did.
Batman,
What was that last Grail they dropped?
The Batman one, right?
Yeah, that was the last one I fucking bought into and lost money on. So I was like, you know what, like, I don't have the money to throw around like that, especially on more comic books when BB's like king for that.
Yeah, and these are 20.
I'm not the biggest fan of Batman and shit. Like,
neither am I.
Like, I'm a fan of it, but I'm not a fan of. They only have like 3 to 5 characters that they regurgitate over and over and over and over and over again. Like, I can only get enough Batmans and Jokers and Catwomans and Wonder Womans. That's all they have. That's it. Done. Movie's over. Like Marvel, think of Marvel, dude. Like, there's 3 or 4 different Spider-Mans, and they're all sweet. You have many different characters of the Incredible Hulk that has come out. They're all good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ruffalo's the best, but he actually looks like the Incredible Hulk. But it's just like Marvel wins their storyline, all that stuff. Like, they really seemed to pay attention and care back then.
It's almost totally. Like, no, you're right.
It's almost like DC, the team of DC back then, they weren't on the same drugs Marvel was, you know?
Right. Stan Lee knew what was up. Now, so here it is, by the way.
They were on like coke and mushrooms and LSD, and DC was just like, I don't know, drinking alcohol or something. I don't know what they were smoking cigarettes and drinking
whatever
alcohol.
it was good. By the way, Bob Sales, good to see you, man. Good to have you on here. So Bruin saying he's 6'4". He is 6'4". I'm 6'1". He's much bigger than me. I never juiced.
That's a big boy. I'm only like 5'9", folks. So.
Yeah, I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10". Yeah. I need to get that surgery where they break your knees and add bone in there and shit, right? To get you tall. So I just pulled up just real quick because I know I got to decide if I'm going to get up in 5 hours and 42 minutes. It's All American Comics number 16, which is the origin of Green Lantern. And I have early access because Mo Knows told me to get the damn Bat Cow. So, like, do I lose my ass? I feel like I have to go for it and just see what happens and sell it. Like, you know, I floored Dino, you know, like, you know, I'm going to get it and I'm going to floor it and I'll sell it. Maybe I'll get the legendary.
I tried to, at one point I panicked and I needed some money. And I was like, I'm selling my comic books on DC Palm and I'm cashing out. And it was like $50, right? I was like, I just want to see what the cash out option feels like on it. And the only option was like to go to crypto or something.
Yes. Oh, that's right. They fucking changed it and I don't want to deal with that.
So, I was like, I'm not going to see that cash. I guess this is just money that stays in here then. Yeah. And I'll just wait for the next cool thing to drop, or I'll wait till every single one of those comic books drops to $1 and I'll start buying the comic books. Yeah. Because everything has got a future. See, the thing is, I'm HRO, in my opinion, is killing it, but DC Palm isn't.
Right.
And I know they're totally two different, but they're the same company. You would think they could do the same quality of a platform on Palm, but they're not. It's almost, I don't even think DC has a say in it or something. It's like Palm is making this shitty fucking Squarespace website that we're all linking to. And it just doesn't work. And it's so laggy and buggy. And every time I put something on the market, I got to 2FA code it. That's so annoying.
The whole thing, we've been burned on this so much, but once that Action comic number 1 comes out, I mean, that's going to be big.
Yeah. That's what I'll save up for and keep the money in, right? I'll go for that and see how much money I lose on that.
Yeah. Oh, so he I mean, this is Bruins trained with a real wrestler, Antonio Naki, right? Is that how you say that?
Oh,
Sabe, he was a
nice,
legend. Yeah,
nice.
the rest. Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, especially to
You're,
be,
you're definitely my friend. You are my friend,
right?
Bruin. You,
Yeah,
Bob Sales, all my people.
yeah. Everyone's really good in this space. Yeah, I don't know if I probably will go for this, but you're right. Like, it's just another fucking $20 that I'm gonna lose my ass on.
Like for me,
And
let's say, okay, just like anything else, take the money out of it, right? The financial of it.
right,
What's the fun? I have no fun being on the website. I have no fun looking at the comic book. The okay, cool. You have 5 different variants. Big whoop. At
right.
least Vivi, I could put in AR. At least Vivi, the comic book covers are vibrant and look good. Just something. It's just DC that everything's black and gray.
It's
I'm
very
not trying to
dark.
live in the
So
world of black and gray.
I'm
I
going to be
just
honest on this one. This is strictly, well, no, except, well, action number one, two. This right now, this is money. But like you said, I forgot that I can't really even cash out. I'm going to have to do crypto, which I fucking hate dealing with that stuff.
wait.
So,
Is this a good comic book today? I didn't even
well,
look at them.
okay. So this is like introducing Green Lantern. All right. So fairly big character, but not as big, it's no Spider-Man. So we don't know if people are going
Yeah,
to even care or not. Right. Like
yeah.
that's the problem. Are people going to care about the origin of Green Lantern? But they're doing so basically they released a couple days ago that they're going to be releasing all these Golden Age comics, and so we don't know what's going to happen after this. Now, if I got a legendary, I'm going to make money on it. How much, I don't know, but I just hate that they jumped it up to 20 because they knew they could. But
Exactly.
if I go early, I might get a very low mint, and that is the reason why you might do it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to
I
do.
heard someone. Oh crap! I heard someone say something very interesting today. What was it?
By the way, Bruin,
Um,
can you DM me that video? I'd love to see it. That'd be
someone,
awesome.
someone, someone in that Web V Twitter space talk thing
Oh,
said
tonight
something interesting. Yeah.
on
How did he say it? Oh fuck, dude.
well, because D was listening. I was listening the whole
I
time.
know, I know. If I can formulate a little bit of a sentence of it, maybe you guys could help me. But I'm
Wait,
trying to.
who was the one who was talking about it?
I
Was it
can't remember. I don't think it
okay?
was that Ken Shiobi or whatever his name is.
Okay, and
Oh man,
wasn't Dino, or was it the guy from LA? Was it
right? It might have been Dino. Hold on, I'll think of it. I'll think of
okay?
it
Think
again.
of it. Yeah,
I'll
let me know.
remember.
Let me know.
Fuck, it was really good.
Yeah, now I want to know.
I know, so do I.
Oh,
Oh
I don't
man,
know.
yeah, you keep talking. I'll remember.
All right, I'm just like again. I'm just looking at the All American Comics. I'm curious what's going to be coming up next on.
Oh, it was something about someone. Like maybe it was about Vivi. How? Oh yeah, it was for the Bond drops. James Bond drops.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah,
Forget
okay.
I forget who said it, but it was a really good idea that they basically bought proof of concept for the license by charging them that much money in the
Oh,
beginning.
yeah, that's what I said. So that one
That was you.
cost.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
sorry
that
then.
was
It
me.
was fucking you.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't even matter because it's just
Yeah.
an interesting thing I thought of the other
That was an
day.
interesting thing I never thought of ever, and I was like, you know what?
You
That's a
know,
good point that they needed to
right.
buy their way into the license to prove that it was going to be even viable
And what
to
does
do
that
an NFT in the first place in this market where everyone hates NFTs, you know?
right? And then, well, of course, they really did the bamboozle on the Aston Martin at 1,007.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
the
But people
idea
bought
was
into that. They
they
bought
did
it.
buy in. They did
They
buy
got
into it,
sold.
but it means so. One of my other points was that means that they were also like the people buying it means something, but also Vivi was buying the rights also by charging that much. They were buying
Yeah.
the ability to do something with it later. So that's going to be, but that's total speculation. I have no freaking clue, but you can see they've
If
really
that's not
taken
real,
away.
that's a business tactic for us to use in the future. That's a great way to sell something.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it worked, especially back then. And of course, that came out before everything went crazy too. But things were doing okay, but not like crazy.
Yeah.
It all kind of jumped up in that January, 2022, January 15th of 2022. And then it started going downhill from there. So
because if you drop something, right, and you drop it for 20 gems right off the bat for some of your major, let's say it's something not James Bondish. Let's say it's frickin' Cookie Monster or something.
Right.
And you have a huge, huge name like Sesame Street. Everyone knows this name. We all grew up with it. But you don't want to ruin a company's name, Disney, Marvel, by selling stuff everyone's hating and doesn't want to put money into. So if you do 20 gems right off the bat, it's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just a good point for me. I'm still formulating more ideas on it in real time.
Well, and they knew it was something new, and of course they were selling that hype too, right? Like
because so if you drop something and you only end up being able to drop it once, that's not good. You want to be able to keep dropping more and more crap on people, right? And no, a better choice of words. I'm just saying crap because think of a Walmart, like everything's fucking there, right?
Right.
Like you could just go grab it, but you can't do that if you sell something for 20 gems and you don't make any money on it.
Right. But like the burner statue, what was that? 333 and they're 4,400 or 4,400?
Yeah,
was it?
Which is still good nowadays.
I mean, that was
the only people. Once again, the only people that lost out were the ones that decided it was $45,000.
Yes, exactly. Totally, absolutely.
That's the only people that lost out. Everyone who didn't buy one until now, they didn't lose out.
Man, when that was first on the market, I remember I saw one go up for 1,000, and then like 32. It stayed around like 4 for just a little bit, and bam, then it just took off. And it was you couldn't catch it. You could not catch that thing.
I wish I knew as much, and I don't know anything still now, but I wish I knew as much as I know now then about these types of markets.
We all do, right?
But like some people that, obviously the people that made out on it, they were already in these spaces and knew how to do the markets. They already knew.
That's exactly
I did not. This is my buy-in to NFTs basically was VV.
That's why like Michael Campa, when he talks about it, he's like, I've been here before. Like I know what happens here. And he believes in these different things. He's like, I can just wait. You guys don't
like
think
how
it's gonna be,
Yeah, you have people complaining now about how much a Bored Ape is now, right?
Right.
Well, that's only the people who bought in at fucking $200,000
or $1 million.
Not the people who are buying in now. If you buy in now, you're only spending like $10,000 or something.
Is that what they are now? Is it they're down to 10?
I don't know. I imagine
it's got to be down a lot. Yeah, that's got to be nuts. There might be a few that are still worth. People still
everything is down. Everything is down, right?
Everything, totally.
Everything is down, but it's not gone.
Right.
It's still here, and it's still laying dormant, just like Bitcoin, just like cryptocurrency, just like stock market. Oh, the stock market's down. It's never going to go back up. The fuck it's not. It always does.
It just goes up and down, up and down. It just
because it's not going anywhere. It's staying here. Right. Guess what? NFTs, digital collecting, it's not going anywhere. It's now grandfathered in. It's been in too long now. It's in. The young, especially the younger generation, they're in. This is their
the only difference is right now than what it's going to be in 5 years is right now they're spending a lot of money and they don't own what they're buying in video games. This is going to allow them to actually own and be able to trade and use and sell the shit that they're buying in fucking Fortnite and Roblox because they're going to be like, look, you can make it so I can own it. So freaking do it. Or there's going to be utility or whatever.
Not even the owning part. Wait until you can make money with your assets.
Right. Used to be able to do that on Steam. You could do that. You could make.
Yeah, you still can.
Yeah.
You can still. People still buy cards and all that stuff on there with whatever points they get. And people spend money everywhere, dude.
They really do. That's right.
And kids get their parents' credit cards easily nowadays. And they just, I want this. It doesn't even matter what it is. They just buy it.
Yeah, that's
my kid happy for a second. I'm happy.
It's true. Although I make my kid spend his money. I'm like, he's like, can I buy this?
If your kid's got money, good for him. Then you taught him well.
Yeah, he saves. He actually will not buy anything, but he will buy Roblox. And I'm like, oh, you know, that's a waste of money. He's like, no, I like it. I'm like, okay. I just say you got to save some of it. And he does not spend money on anything. He just has been saving since he was a little kid. So good
Yeah.
for him. Good for
Dude,
him.
that's cool. I was never really taught to save because we never had anything to save.
Right.
I never learned the lesson of saving because I never had enough to save.
Well, it's, you know, again, like I think the thing that drives me nuts is this idea that, especially in Americans, bigger is better. And like, I love my TV. I love a big TV. I've got a big TV, but like, I don't want to have to overwork to get something like that. If I can get it, great. But like,
And
for
now you don't
me,
have to, especially a TV.
well, right, right.
They're so cheap now.
They are so cheap, and even a big one. I mean, it's just
Yep.
crazy. But still, you can spend 500 or 300, or you can spend a couple grand or way more, right? So, but people are chasing the bigger and better stuff, or the bigger. I used to be
They're like
so much into
hardwired
cars.
for it.
Yes, I used to be into cars. I did some stupid stuff when I was younger, and now I honestly just don't care. I don't like cars. Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes I feel bad, but I look at a car and I'm like, it doesn't really do anything. I mean, it's like a freaking Lamborghini. Of course, yeah, I guess I'd want it, but not really. I don't like that. Doesn't do anything for me, but it used to.
Yeah,
that would have, you know, back in the day.
I look at a roller coaster. I never own a roller coaster, but they're really fucking cool.
Right, exactly. So true. So true.
Yeah, like I'll never own a rocket. I'll never be Elon Musk and own my own rockets. But they are really cool. The engineering, you know, the fact that humans build it is like the most insane shit ever to me.
Yeah,
like,
the fact that we were able, I say that all the time about just a car engine. Like, how do we go from like stone wheels to somebody figuring out these pistons, and if they go up and down and you put fuel and there's an explosion inside, it will make this turn and you can go 190 miles per hour, whatever.
And almost before people even put math into it.
Right.
They just put a couple things together and like, this is a motor, man.
Look at it works.
It just happens to work.
Right. Let me spin some copper wire around this, and I'm going to create electricity. Just the shit that people came up with. It's insane. It's almost like
just like NFTs, people back then were like, "Oh my god, you have cars on the road. These are the stupidest things ever. We have horses. What the fuck do we need cars for? We have horses and carriages." And then you go, "Oh my god, oh my god, there isn't shit covered everywhere on the roads. Cars are so much better."
It's so true. Yeah, the only thing I want is a B-class Mercedes van, and that's $250,000. So that ain't happening. That's just not going to happen. Even if I could afford it, it's not going to happen. Shit. Fuck that.
That's such a dad thing to say. I want to get this B-class van. This thing's sweet.
I've been dreaming
about cool.
that.
They got turbos on them and shit sometimes.
Yeah, they are really cool. So I've been dreaming about this going around the country, and I'm going to do it in an A class probably. But like, I wanted to used to have the B class, and they were affordable, like kind of affordable. With COVID, they just completely became unaffordable. Like 250 grand for a stupid van. Are you kidding me? No way.
I have to look this van up. I've never seen this van. I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, how's that van cost $250,000?
All right, hold on a second. I'll bring it up before I head on. Let me see if I can pull up this. So Road Trek. Let's see if they got the Road Trek Sprinter.
Like, I was watching a Marcus Brownlee video recently of him talking about that new car called the Lucid or something. I think the company's called Lucid.
Oh, I don't.
It's an electric car company in competition with Tesla. They have they broke in like, I don't know, 13 records or something with this car. It does like 0 to 60 in 1.3 seconds.
Oh wow, that's
and
insane.
Like 0 to 250 back down to 0 in like 22 seconds.
That's just.
But it's like $2.3 million.
You see, that's just not. They better have better pictures than this. This is actually okay. So look at this. This starts. This is one floor plan. This starts.
Oh, you're talking about a van, dude.
Yeah, this has got a shitter and shower and
what the?
This is $200,000 for this. Are you kidding me? Like 7 years ago, Road Trek made one, and you could buy it used for like 60. And yes, maybe it didn't have granite countertops, but it was still just really nice. You know, like it had everything I want. But like they've got, you can see here, look, 177, 163, 193.
And
no,
what do you want that for?
So I could just like as an everyday driver, I've got my house with me. Just
Yeah.
go to a baseball game, and I can just sit in there until the traffic stops.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay, yeah.
Something stupid like that, or always being able to do, you know, that's why. Plus, if I've got to take a shit, then I've got it also. So, you know, but like this is not even the most expensive ones. This is Road Trek is not like top of the line anymore, but it's just insane. 200,000. Now this is MSRP, and they go down. But like, if you want, these will run. The generator will run the AC. It will run like the battery. It's really insane what they can do with these now. So, but yeah, that's my boring white trash dream. And it's no longer white trash. You literally have to be rich to have my white trash dream.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
you know, right?
Bougie trash.
Bougie trash, exactly. Bruin's like way too much for a van. Like my dream was about getting one used at about 50. I'm like, oh, I could talk those prices down, and like wouldn't have that many miles. I'd be able to like, you know, just have fun and go around. And I'm okay. I will keep that thing until it doesn't run. I could spend a decent amount of money, but I will keep it until it dies. Right? Like I'm okay with that. But that's a lot of money. You can't take 200,000 and end up at 50 because people just know. But now with this market is starting to
house, man.
Yeah, it really is. This market's starting to die for the RVs because COVID's kind of over. So there's going to be a big crash. So that's what I'm waiting for. Let's see. D saying you can still make a killing from an old overused 4Runner and Tacoma. It's so true. Like these, everything.
Anything Toyota.
Yes, exactly. Who makes Road Trek? So Road Trek was their own company, but now they went out of business and they were bought out by Van Life. Here, if I bring this up, it's called Van Life now. Is the company, I guess. They must have bought. So they literally went out of business and then they were bought out. So there's other. I wonder if they just bought maybe they just know they're selling all of these. Maybe they're just a company that is selling these. Yeah, because they also have some other brands, but man, yeah. They're trying to bring. Never heard of Van Life. Yeah, you know that because there were a lot of people like 10 years ago, a little less, on the internet talking about, oh, the van life, it's so glamorous, and for me, I've been dreaming about that forever. I do see the glamour in it. I do. I really see it could be fun. But like this, here's a whole lot of them. The smaller you get, the more expensive they get. So there's this really tiny one that's a 17-footer that I really want, and I forgot what they call it. That is the most expensive one, and it's like just crazy. But these are like bug out vehicles. A lot of people buy them because they think it's the end of the world, and they'll survive in these things. Yep. I just wanted to just have as a daily driver, so I have everything with me because it's comfortable, right? Like that would be cool. So yeah, we'll see. Never heard of Van Life. Hashtag
it's always the end of the world,
right? Shelby away. That's why we sneak in the late night. Yeah, Shelby is. That's why we called this when the cat's away, the mice will play. And then she came on the stream and said, "Am I the mice? Am I the mouse?" So yeah. What about those smaller cross country trailer vans? Like there's a lot. There's like transits. They even have people making like small versions that don't have all the electric stuff or like a full bathroom. And even those are 50 grand. You're like, what? Not going to happen. But I told Shelby Cobra about this, and she said, you can take your van and shove it up your ass. If we do anything like that, it's got to be like A class. And I'm like, you know how much those cost, right? Like, and I'm not buying one new. I hope you know that. We're not buying a new one. It's not going to happen. I don't do that. Don't do that anymore. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I think it would be fun, though. All right, let's take one last look at your picture, because then I think I am going to get out of here.
Yeah, same here. I got some TV to watch.
I just got to go to sleep. Hold on. Is this? Oh wait, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to remove that from the scenes. There we go. Okay. So one last thing, guys. If you are interested in the painting, you can actually contact Ronnie, or if you're interested in him making you something, you can contact him. You know, I think he's trying to get 400 shipped. If you want to tip, whatever. If you don't want, I think it's really cool. But we'll try to work on another stream to kind of get this out there when we might actually have more people on. So
yeah, this is just a try, you know. I'm always gonna like post it on Facebook and stuff. I usually get traction on Facebook with my followers on there.
Yeah, it's really cool though. Yeah, so Bruin saying I should get the let's see, you were saying, or the similar one that comes with a standing bathroom, tiny kitchen. Yeah, you know, Europe has some really cool ones. They get better ones than we do in the US. Bruin saying, what about the used 2020 Mercedes Sprinter 45? That's actually what I was going to look at, was actually buying one used and then building it out myself. Like, because there's a special way I'd like to have it set up. I still want it to be nice, but like I feel like I could watch YouTube and do most of it. So that's a possibility. Good luck in finding something, and not to have to pay a whole. Yeah, I hope I don't have to spend this much money. I want one of these. I don't want to have to win a lottery to get one of these. This is like a, you know, on my bucket list. So, all right. So here we go. We got D saying, very nice piece, Ronnie. I'll spread the word. Do you have a link or post that we can share and shill?
Not yet. Yeah. I will though. I will.
Okay. Yeah. Let me know. Let me know.
Oh yeah. I have to. I'll take photos of it outside with natural lighting when the sun's out, and that's how everyone will see like how good it looks with my camera.
Yeah, send me a link too if I do a stream. You know, tomorrow's not the comic, it's Friday. I might do the comic. Maybe I can. Nobody's gonna watch anyways, but yeah, give me that information. Give D that information. We'll get it out there.
Yeah, no problem.
Get this puppy out. Let's see.
Probably be after I wake up. But...
yeah, that's fine. Come here, dog. What are you doing? I brought my dog down to Florida. What's up, bitch?
Aw, what kind of dog?
It's a Yorkie mini pin.
Oh, right, look at that guy.
Look at how tired she's fucking tired. What's wrong?
Oh, it's a she. Oh, look at her.
All you've been doing is sleeping and shitting all day. How could you be tired?
Oh, it's the light.
Oh, is the light bothering you? It's okay. She's tired. She misses her sister too. They fight a lot. So here, get down. I'll get
my dog. Hold on. See if I can.
You have a bigger dog, don't you?
He's a little bigger than that, but he's. Let's see it.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, I love it. What's his name?
His name is Patch. Patch,
of course.
As you can see, why we didn't name him. He's a rescue.
Is he sleeping? You know, it's funny. She's a rescue, but like people actually make those as like designer dogs. I don't know why they would do that to themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. After my last dog, I'm rescuing. I'm not going to have somebody who breeds dogs. And like, I don't want to support that. It's okay if people do. Shelby Cobra brought like a purebred. That's fine. But like for me, I had to buy a rescue. I had to buy a rescue.
I had a husky. His name is Beta. And
oh yeah, huskies are awesome.
Yeah, he made it to 11 years old before he passed. He had congenital heart failure.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't bad, but he was healthy. If it wasn't for his stupid heart, he was definitely healthy enough to live. But yeah, ever since I had him, I said I'm never gonna like buy a specific dog anymore. I'm not gonna go like to a store. I'm not gonna like sought out to buy a dog. It needs to just end up with me. You know what I mean? Like naturally.
Right.
And
right.
He's more of he's like a house dog. He's not like anyone's dog in particular. He's probably more my mom's dog if anything.
That's cool though. That like he seems pretty chill. He's just hanging out there.
Oh yeah.
Did he get into your plants?
No,
where's your hanging garden?
That's in the basement.
Right.
Okay, fine. Hold on.
No, don't do it. It's all right.
No, I'm joking.
Okay, all right.
There's one tent.
Nice. I almost did that one time. So yeah.
That's the bedroom.
I love it. That's fun.
Well, you see this light down here?
Right.
Those are
special lights.
Yeah, those are clones down in there.
We used to have to worry about like people would be like they would know the amount of electricity you were using and if it was too much.
Not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. No, especially.
You want to know what? Yeah, the electric company's never going to turn down money.
Right.
If you keep paying the bill, they don't give a fuck how much energy you're drawing. They're not going to tell anybody.
Plus now you got.
But yeah, plus LEDs now. Yeah,
LEDs,
it's nothing.
yeah,
My computer. Yeah, my computer runs more wattage than my fucking lights do.
Oh, for sure. Thank God for those LEDs, though. It's nice.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, what do we got here? We got 3. This is a perfect time to end it. Ronnie, this was awesome. Thank you for doing this. I just love, streaming and get to stream with you. It's always fun. I like watching the paintings, so we'll have to do it again. I know a lot of people just like this. We do it so late, though, so it's harder to get a bigger crowd, but it's a small crowd of people we love. So, everyone, thank you for coming on. Thank you for watching. Ronnie, get us that information so we can get it out there for you, because we'll try to do this, but don't be ashamed of trying to sell some good stuff and just try to you're just trying to survive. You're not trying to make $1 million here. So
yeah,
if we're gonna get something here. All right, let's see. No, we're just getting the next time when
you weren't zoomed in. Everyone probably already saw it.
Oh, we probably already did. Okay, hold on. I wasn't zoomed in, but now because I'm blind, so here we go. Now I got zoomed in.
Nothing special,
enlarged. But it's always special, Ronnie.
Just go through these cards really quick. Show you that they're all different.
How many decks do you have? You let my dad have like 100 decks. Here, bring it up just a little bit because we're having. Oh, okay,
I flashed. No, I flashed. Don't. I flashed. Yeah, I don't know. At the moment, I have. I don't know. I probably only at about 100 decks.
Yeah, so that's like my dad. He'll go to and just get a bunch and just so he can.
Oh yeah, mine are all special decks from like magicians and stuff that hold their own lines.
Oh, that's cool.
That's decks. Cool. Yeah, no, they're all for instance, this deck right here.
Oh, cool.
This one's done by Chris Ramsey. They're called first playing cards. He's a really big.
Special to magicians, basically.
Well, it's your merch as a magician.
Right. Okay, gotcha.
I could bring out a T-shirt as an artist, but a magician brings out a deck of cards. That kind of represents them, And the more popular you are, obviously, the more you can sell, more and more decks, and you get more and more printed, sell more and more, sell them for more and more. Because a lot of these decks are they're usually around $20 to $30 a deck to buy one, and they're being printed for about the same price as you're printing a regular bicycle deck for.
Right.
So a bicycle deck, I can go to any store right now and pick one up for $3, $4. So if you could sell a deck for 15, 20, $30 a deck.
Yeah, you're making some good money, but then people are happy.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, they could maybe even sign it if you're seeing them or whatever. So.
Oh yeah, they do that too. The magician community, they have signed decks that they can send you. So I have about 100 decks that in total I have about 100 decks over the years. I haven't collected them all because as I said, it's expensive and there's a lot of magicians.
Yeah, I was gonna say there are definitely a lot of magicians for sure.
But that you match them up to your outfits, all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like my dad. All right, so okay, Ronnie, get me that stuff. Get everyone the stuff. I'm gonna head out. You go relax. Thanks for coming on. Hey, everyone out there, thanks for seeing you, and I will see you next time. All right, Ronnie, I'm gonna be out. I will see you. Talk to you later.